Mic check, 1 2 1 2. If I can be heard, give me a Yahoo up in the chat. If I can be heard, bless up. Blessings to all the sons and daughters of the Creator. Bless up, bless up. Hit that like button, that share button, that subscribe button. That's word. You know, y'all tune in to see us sweat, don't you? Y'all tune in to see us work. Work hard. That's what we gonna do. What's up with the family in the building? Y'all hit them likes, hit them shares. You did. We early in the morning with it. I see y'all in the building. My brother, hallelujah, Shekinah, Yahoo, Shalom, HICKMAN, Kila Olam Kazdo, my blood sister, bless up, bless up. Cornell Davis, my Cali brother, bless up. Set up for living city of Compton, my beloved Imam, bless up, much love. Yehuda Israel, my beloved Brew, going hard on that meta book. Keep dropping them bombs, King. And look, stay encouraged. Stay encouraged. All right, we hear a lot of the fat mouthing and all that, but we gonna, you know, I believe in a slow kill. We ain't got to take no, we ain't got to off with the head right out the gate. Slow kill. You know what I mean? By the time you realize it, blade all the way through your gut, through your back. Dang. All we can do is give you life from that point, you dig? So blessings to everybody in the chat. Much love, much love. Okay. Well, y'all see the title, we 94 edition. The 90, my bad, Nazarene edition, part 94. Part 94, the false gods and their mortal puppets. Try the spirit. Try the spirit. We hear that a lot. We hear that all the time. Try the spirit, brother. Try the spirit. Well, how do you do that? How do you try the spirit? And what does that mean to try or test the spirit? You mean to tell me spirits, persons without bodies or physical bodies, dismembered persons can influence man to either go right or go left, and man has to choose? I mean, what else could try the spirit mean? What else could test the spirit mean? You testing the spirit not only on yourself, but on individuals you come into contact with. Now, how do you do that? You take a test? Like, what do you mean test or try the spirit? All right, what a lot of our people don't understand and what they're going to find out today is the majority of the earth are being played like pawns. Even the Bible tell you the whole earth has been deceived. That means you being played, partner. You being played like a fiddle. You being played and strung along like a puppet. You don't even know it. Don't even know it. That's why it's very important to understand the character of Creator. Very, very important. You understand? Without that, you're going to be left field. You might hear sitting duck, and you paying your devotion to who or to what? Not realizing the whole time you being played. That camera close, I zoomed in or something. Dig? But the whole time you getting played. So what does it mean to try the spirit? What does that mean? You understand? Or what does it mean to test the spirit? What does that mean? If you don't know what it means, you're going to find out today. You understand? Every person, every body, every individual that you run across is entertaining some type of spirit. All right? That's influencing them, and it's going to be attempting to influence you. It's either to influence you in the righteousness or, you understand, wickedness. It's the truth. It's the truth. Put some of the frankincense on you. Dig? Let's work. Y'all came to see us work, not to exchange fancy soliloquies and none of that, right? Y'all came to see us work, correct? You got to learn the character of the Creator. That way, when you hear something, that jars your spirit, when you hear something that you're like, oh, no, ain't no way in the world that's right, you did, then you got, it's on you at that point to test that, to try that. No, that can't be right. Right? It don't even matter. They say test the spirit until you pull out 1,000 precepts and lick your fingers and decide which way the wind blowing. They just say try the spirit. How do you do that? How do you try the spirit when you tempted? How do you try the spirit? How do you try the spirit or test the spirit on an individual that's influencing you or trying to get you to go do something? How do you test the spirit to see if it's right according to Creator or it's off? It's dealing with the false gods. It's dealing with self. It's dealing with Satan. How do you do that? All right, so let's get into some of this. I want to show y'all something too, but let's get into some of this first. All right. I'm actually gonna go into the Bible first. Watch this. You got to dictate or command in the scripture a precept, like everybody call it, to try the spirit. We gonna do that, or we just gonna play around? Let's get into it. Hold on, my computer tripping. Okay, there we go. All right, let me share this screen real quick. Let's go into this real quick. I'm gonna show y'all. That's right there in the Bible. Test the spirit. Try the spirit. And we're gonna give examples on how you do that. All right. Mankind is yet to realize you're being played and strung along like a fiddle. Whole earth is deceived. Okay. Right here. All right, let me go ahead and share the screen real quick. Y'all got that? Right there. This is where it come from. All right, this is where it come from right here. And notice what it says at the top. It says testing the spirits. Spirits with an S, so it's plural, y'all. S at the end. Outside that, so it says, beloved, believe not every spirit. Y'all hear this? But try the spirits, whether they are of God. Y'all see this? You can't believe, you're commanded not to be gullible in the spirit. You're supposed to try that. You're supposed to test it. So when you're influenced to do something, when you influence to go against Creator, when you influence to do something that you know, that don't even sound right. You are called on to test that spirit, whether it is a spirit of Creator and his squad, or the false gods and the false deities, including self, Satan, ego. So you're commanded not to believe every spirit, but try the spirit, whether they are of God. And it says spirits. You're supposed to test it. Put the Strongs on. I don't know why y'all don't like the Strongs. All right, let's look up this word try right here. Try the spirits. What does that mean? Let's look up try the spirits. All right, it's easy work, y'all. All right. So it tell you right in the Bible, try it. What does it try mean? It tell you don't believe it either. So whatever inspiration comes to you, influencing you to go left or right, influencing you to murder, kill, or be at peace, right? Your job is to try it, test it. Whether it is a spirit of Creator or spirit of the adversary. You see that? Now look at this right here. Look what it means. Outline of biblical uses to test. How do you test the spirits? Examine, prove, scrutinize, see whether a thing is genuine or not as metals, to recognize it's genuine after examination, to approve, to deem worthy. So, beloved, believe not every spirit, but examine the spirits, whether they be of God. Test the spirits, whether they be of God. Scrutinize the spirits, whether they be of God. Prove the spirits, whether they be of God, to see whether a thing is genuine or not. That's your command. Because believe it or not, you deal with forces and spirits every second, every day of your life, even when you sleep. You are commanded to test them, to examine them, to scrutinize them, to recognize as genuine after examination, to approve, to deem worthy. So now, guess what? Salvation is on you. Because you're not supposed to be deceived, be not deceived, correct? So we hear a lot, especially on the meta, what y'all call Facebook. You know what I mean? Everybody laughing and talking crazy and jaw jacking, but the sisters just be on there testing and trying the spirit. You know what I mean? The spirit, try the spirit, test the spirits, whether they be of God. You see that? So you got to examine that. You got to test that. You got to deal with that. You got to scrutinize that, whether they be of God. I thought you lost. I thought y'all put down the Bible. Why teach out of it? Y'all say it's not true. I thought you lost. Don't come over here fat mouthing and dropping no bomb on my chat, partner. You tripping. You lost. You got in the ring and got your ass scraped. Don't come over here talking about why teach out of it. You don't dictate to none of us what we do around here. Nigga, you lost. And every last one of y'all came up against the brothers and them. Y'all lost. Got dusted. Huh? And then got the nerve to ask for $300 for another debate. Negro, you lost. And that's the same trip about this. That's the same response every mumble mouth Negro come with. Well, I teach out the Bible. We got enough sense to know the Bible got holes in it. That's why we showing you, according to the Bible, tell you, test the spirit and try it, whether they be of God. So I thought y'all look, don't come over here talking none of that. You lost. You got scraped. You couldn't even answer no questions. Look, I didn't lose. You in denial. Let me keep it moving. Keep it cool before I bounce you. How about that? All right. So anyway, so you got a commandment to try the spirits and examine them. You understand? No matter what the inspiration is. And I'm gonna show you why this is very, very serious. You know what I mean? Let me show y'all this. Show you why this is very real. Let's just go for the jugular. Shout out to all the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers. Let's go for the jugular since Nick Rose won't play today. All right, we ain't finna even play with you. Watch this. Since Nick Rose want to play and mumble mouth. All right. Because Nick Rose, I got you clipped up saying you would kill a child if God told you to. Yeah, you need to be listening. Close your mouth and shut up. Because I got you on tape. I got you on recording. I made a clip out of it. Don't make me show it. Because Negro, you said you would kill a child if God told you to. That's what you said. Let me show y'all. I'm going to go right for the jugular. I ain't going to play with these Negros. Watch this. I'm the wrong bro. Leave me alone. I'm the wrong brethren to come at. Because there ain't damn one of you Hebrews can come at me. None of y'all. I know the doctrine upside down, inside, and out. I've been teaching along with most you niggas. Yeah, can't none of y'all come at me about none of that. None of it. Let me show y'all this. This is why you got to try the spirit, all right? Look at this. Man shoots 4-year-old boy he thought was gay. And guess what he uses?
Peter Lucas Moses refers to himself as a radical religious person who is with the Black Hebrews. And he just pleaded guilty to killing a 4-year-old and a woman that he was living with. He killed the 4-year-old because he thought he was gay. We have a local news report on this. Let's watch and we'll discuss.
Klein says Jaden Higginbotham was the only child who lived with the group who wasn't fathered by Moses. Prosecutors say Moses told Sis to get rid of the boy and became angry when he heard Higginbotham hit another child on the bottom. Klein says based on the action, Moses believed 4-year-old Higginbotham was homosexual.
In that religious belief of this organization, homosexuality was frowned upon.
Klein says Moses took Higginbotham to the garage, played the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, and shot him.
So this isn't just about the kid being possibly gay. I don't even know what it means for a 4-year-old to be gay. Of course, this guy's crazy. He's got the multiple women that he's living with. He believes he's a Black Hebrew. And he's probably most upset that the kid is not his, and that creates some sort of problem for him in his mental state. Mm-hmm. Right. Now, having said that, it does give him an excuse, right? And so we think we're getting much better in getting gay rights for Americans. And then you'll see people make the argument, well, you know, gays are different. Don't hate the sinner, but hate the sin. Their lifestyle is horrible, this, that, the other thing. And you know what? That has consequences. And sometimes a 4-year-old gets shot in the head because a guy uses that as an excuse to kill him and says, oh, yeah, I thought he was gay. So what am I going to do? It says in my religious text that gay.
There he is right there. I ain't even got to show the clip. You see what he said? See that? Guard your children around a mumble mouth Negro like that. Guard your children. Watch your wives around Negroes like this. You hear what he said? He said, hell yeah, I said it. Look at the naked demon in this boy. Boy, you got a naked demon in your mouth. He said it. There he is. Hell yeah, I said it because we were told to go in the land and purge it from the land. You see this? I ain't even got to play the clip. I'm going to play it. Matter of fact, I ain't even got to play it. That's what the nigga said. Look. When spirit, hit dogs holler. Look at this Negro. Hit dogs holler, boy. I ain't even had to go show the clip. That demon was bubbling up in him. Yeah. I said it, nigga. Damn. Yeah. You niggas is evil. Look at that. The thing about it is, what most mumble mouth Negroes don't know is the Most High don't need you to go lay down his creation. He gives the spirit and he takes the spirit away. He don't need you. All right? Negroes ain't even no type of experts. Nah, you just hung yourself. You don't come on here and tell us drop the link so we can go in. No, I'm good. Now we about to do a class. Class is in session. Class is in session. Look at this. Because the religious texts say so. Look at this.
Gay is wrong, so I killed him. The religious text that gay is wrong, so I killed him. Look, this is real stuff. And this is what I mean by politics isn't just games. It isn't like...
Put it this way. If you around when we get done, come on with it. I'll drop the link when I'm done with the class at the end of it. You more than welcome to come on in. More than welcome. All right, and explain to the world how you'll kill children. How about that? If your God commands you to kill, you will kill.
Okay, who's going to be better at this game? The Republicans or Democrats, conservatives or liberals? Gay people get attacked in this country all the time. This just happens to be an incredibly stark case of it. And it's just so sad to look at that kid and know that hatred that had bubbled up in this country. And all of those pastors that we showed you over the last week that railing against gays and how we should lock them up in pens and some of them just saying the government should kill them, etc. Well, sometimes it actually affects people and they actually do kill gay people. And in this case, a 4-year-old, and God knows whether he was gay or not gay or who cares, but he was killed anyway because of that climate and culture of hatred that was built around this issue.
Oh, wait. See why you got to try the spirit? The spirits. You see why? You see why? Because soon as the inspiration is there for you to go lay or put some blood in the streets, you're going to go do that. You understand? I thought you Negroes had spiritual power. How about cast that spirit up off the little boy, if that's what it is? The boy 4, man. They little children. You dig? Matter of fact, I got a son that'll be 4 tomorrow. One of my sons will be 4 tomorrow. You understand? So nah, we not dealing over here. We ain't dealing with that. We commanded not to kill, not to put no type of blood in the streets. You understand? And there ain't no way in the world you can look at that and say that's righteous. How? Straight body the 4-year-old child, man. Huh? Now look at this. It ain't just Israel. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this right here. The name of this is Would You Kill Your Child If God Told You to? Watch this.
Production. Josh, great to have you. Tell us a little bit. I'm joined today by Josh Previll. He is a filmmaker, mentalist, and author whose third documentary, Losing God, is currently in production. Josh, great to have you. Tell us a little bit about your background as it comes to religion and about this documentary.
Sure, David. Thanks for having me on. Basically, most of my life, I was raised as a Pentecostal Christian. So pretty hardcore, speaking in tongues, slaying in the spirit, that whole thing. Also, I was homeschooled and then Christian school, finally went to a public high school. So religion was pretty much my entire life. All my friends who knew about an atheist, what is that? And that was my life. And I believed completely fundamentalist, Bible, hardcore. And basically that's a very short version of my background in religion.
So, hey, when you went to the public high school after having been homeschooled and then Christian schooled, what was it like sitting in science class, for example?
Yeah, well, it's funny. the whole, evolution, intelligent design thing, evolution wasn't a big part of my curriculum that I was really covered until, I got to college pretty much. I guess different schools will do it differently curriculum wise, but for me, I just kind of went along with everything, knowing that it was God and intelligent design, that all the stuff that we did kind of just graze over. None of it was accurate. I knew that, which obviously, a little different now, but
so you would sit there and you would hear it. You knew that it wasn't really what you believed. You knew it was really God who had designed everything, but for the purposes of like fitting in and doing well in class, you kind of played along.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So then at a certain point, you decide to leave Christianity.
Yeah, it really happened over, I guess, a 2-year period. Being a mentalist and a performer, I was big in the skeptic community. I followed a lot of, the big names, James Randi, Michael Shermer, those kind of guys.
Right.
And, I didn't believe in psychics and that kind of stuff, but never questioned God, because why would I? That's my life. I believe everything. Why question it at all? And one day I actually found a video where James Randi was talking about how he's an atheist. And I was shocked. I was genuinely shocked. How could he be an atheist? Then I started researching what an atheist is, or what could possibly come against, the Bible and that kind of stuff. And it really ended up being a process where I stumbled across Christopher Hitchens, and he made total sense. And roughly about 2 years, I, grew into looking for answers myself, not just taking it from leadership and believing it based off their word. I actually really researched it on my own.
And then ultimately you left Christianity and you notified your family how? Tell us about that process.
Yeah, well, it's funny because most of my family is religious. Very few. One of them I didn't even realize wasn't religious until after I kind of publicly came out, if you will, as an atheist. I wrote a letter to kind of sum everything up, because many of them, when I mentioned it, were very confused. Is this Satan worship? What is this? Some of them get angry. I mean, I've had it a lot better though than most people. I'll give you that. I've read some stories of other people who, their family abandoned them basically. Easter didn't go well, the first Easter as an atheist, because someone had brought accusations against me towards how I'm wrong and this and this. So I just replied to them, and it turned out I was supposed to just be quiet and listen to everybody, and I couldn't have my own say. Now, thankfully, most of my family has moved through this with me because of this film, this project I'm doing. I wrote them a letter, and the letter actually kind of grew into the film. The film has kind of changed, and I guess now everyone's kind of dealing with it, even if they don't agree.
But so this is really, for a religious family, this is a big deal, right? When Josh is now no longer speaking in tongues and believing the stuff we believe, this is like a big deal. This isn't just you have a disagreement over a movie that you liked and somebody else didn't.
Oh yeah, very big deal. And it was really hard, I'd have to say, for my grandmother. She's been a Catholic her whole life, and I'm really close with my grandmother. And for her, it brought her shame, is the words that she used. And that's really heartbreaking, to sit down with my grandmother, talk about it, and make, feel bad for her because she feels shame out of this. I'm just trying to be who I am. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of difficult, but we're growing together, and, they love me and I love them. That's what's important,
Let's talk a little bit about the documentary. It is called Losing God. I want to play one clip here, and this is one where you decide to take the question to people, to believers, to Christian believers, and say, would you sacrifice one of your own children or grandchildren in one case if you believe that that's what God wanted you to do? Let's take a look at that.
I have one boy and 5 girls.
So if God asked you to sacrifice one of your children, would you do it?
I can't answer you right now because I don't know what the circumstances would be. I don't. But my
Do y'all hear this? He straight asked them, would you kill your child if God told you to? He said, I can't answer you right now on that. And that's how you know. That's how you know you're being played with by a false God. Before the question is out of his mouth, it should be an emphatic, hell no, I'm not killing my child. No. Or any child. No, I ain't doing it. Why? Because you were commanded not to kill. It's that simple, y'all. So whatever spirit tempts you to kill or murder or shed blood, you understand? Then that's not created. Created don't got to get down like that. He don't move like that. Right? He straight said, I really can't answer that right now. I guess it would depend on the circumstances. Well, hell, I guess you can't talk bad about, I guess none of them can talk bad about Peter Moses, who we just saw, who killed Jaden Higginbotham. You see? See, so what I'm trying to show y'all is it ain't just even in the Israelite vibration. These are not Israelites, but they read the Bible. You know, good old faith-based, Bible Belt believers. You see that? So it ain't even just the Israelite. I went and showed the Israelite first. You understand? Oh, brother, you being biased against Israel. No, I'm going to go show you the Euro-Gentile. They're asking the same questions. Would you kill your child or any children if who you call God inspired you to? That's a fair question. That's a fair question. Why? Because trip off this. Trip off this. God is in the Bible commanding the slaying of infants and children. You know, mumble mouth Negro say, oh, because God knew they was going to be evil. And, you know, so before they went to hell, he killed them young so they can go to heaven. Chapter and verse is all I'm saying. I heard your explanation, but where you getting that from? What spirit convinced you that that was a valuable answer, a worthy answer? What spirit told you that? Oh, God knew they was going to go to hell when they got old, so he killed them when they was young so they can go to heaven. That's how they're responding to this. Instead of saying, oh, no, I'm not about to kill my children or no child. Right? Like my sister Shebrew Faith is 144 just said, why? Because it's the same inspiration. Same exact inspiration. You see that? Look at line of Yah. Told Abraham to slay his son. Man, we're going to get into that today. We're going to get into that today. All right? Now watch this. Let me put this back on.
My heart is that yes.
I'm glad God is.
I don't know what the circumstances would be. I don't. But my heart is that yes.
Dang. Do y'all hear this? I don't know the circumstances, but my heart is yes. And trip off this, y'all. His child is standing right next to him. Look at that. That's this man's child. Look at this, man. My heart is that yes. Look, y'all, if anybody asks you, would you kill your child or any child or your spouse or any person? If God told you to, and you get the reason he's fumbling and that's tap dancing. He's winging for an answer. The reason he's doing that because he knows deep down that's wrong, but it is in the Bible. And I say that the Bible is the infallible word of God. You see, he knows in the Bible. He know it, right? But he's trying to explain it to where it don't seem as bad. All right. So he says, well, it would depend on the circumstances, but my heart is that yes, what? I would kill my child if God told me to. And he got a board, probably a board with some scriptures under his armpit, his left armpit right here. He got his child standing over here, and he just admitted in front of this cameraman, that this interviewer, that yeah, I would. You see? Try the spirit. Now watch this. This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
I'm glad God is God because I ain't giving up my kid for nobody. Okay? And it's really that simple.
If God told you to sacrifice your daughter, would you do it?
If I knew it was God doing it, yes.
Whoa, here go Bruce Chester, actor, public speaker, and a Christian comedian. You heard what he said? First he said, I'm glad I'm not God because I ain't, you know. Then he said, yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. You did. Just like when the creator told, well, according to the biblical perspective, it was God that told Abraham, go kill your son Isaac, and he was about to go do it. The intention of slaying his son was on his mind. Look at this, right? Even the Nazarene literature tells you that the creator never told Abraham to kill his son, just like the Owaspy said. Really? Look at this. Bruce Chester. Y'all look him up. Negro. Christian comedian. He said, yeah, we ain't got to ask the Israelites. Your boy, your mans and them just said he would. We already know, and I know he don't represent all of Israel, but your man in the chat just said, hell yeah, I would. He just said it. There he is right there. I ain't even blocked him. There he is. So now we over here on the Christian side of the aisle, right? And you got Euro Gentiles and even a Negro telling you, yeah, I would.
Okay. But see, that's a very Old Testament argument. Okay. And that's why I love Jesus, because Jesus did it for me.
Jesus did what for you, boy? Kill your child? Man, you see how idiotic this sounds? So he know he got to come with the mop now. He know he messed up and spilled something on the floor by saying he would. So now he got to come with the mop and say, oh yeah, that's Old Testament literature. That's why I love Jesus, because he did it for me. Jesus ain't killed not Nam child, boy. You done lost your mind. What we call Yahshua ain't killed Nam child. He say, suffer the little children to come to him. Ooh, wait.
So it's one of these, you know.
How many children do you have?
Altogether, my family's made up of 28.
And grandkids included, or?
Yeah, 21 about 26.
In the Bible, God told Abraham to kill his son and then stopped him before he did it.
Stopped him, didn't he?
Right. But what if God told you to kill either one of your children or your grandchildren? What would you say, or what would you do?
I'm not Abraham.
So what if he told you to do it?
That'd be hard, but if that's what God wanted. Because I don't believe in when we die, that's it.
So tell us a little bit about.
You see how he came with the mop with God told you, yeah, but I don't believe that's it. Man, what is wrong with these people?
How you came up with this question and what the goal of including this question was, and whether you were surprised by some of the answers or whether they made sense to you given your background as a Christian.
Sure. I want to state before we even get into that everyone in this movie, with the exception of one guy that didn't end up being in the movie, he was a pastor that was with the street preacher that you see. He didn't want to be in it. But in the long run, I want to say they're all great people, and they're genuine people, and they care about me and all the unbelievers out there. But the reason I brought this question up is because I consider that train of thought to be harmful, to take the leap to say, yes, I would kill my child if God told me to. I think it's very harmful. And I don't think that many believers realize how extreme that is, you know, that viewpoint, because you're in that belief system. That's what you're following. And I think that's important to put in there, you know.
And I don't think most believers of any religion have that extreme a train of thought. I mean, that to me is very, very extreme. Knowing people who are of different grades of religiosity across many, many religions, to find people that would say, if I really believed God wanted me to kill my kid, I would kill the kid rather than question why God wants me to do that. We're talking about the fringes here, aren't we?
Well, I think that's another point that's been brought up by a lot of believers. I have a strong internet presence with a lot of people. I engage in open dialogue.
Yeah, and I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. If I'm just wrong, right, you tell me.
Right, and I think that a lot of believers have come to me on the internet and have said, listen, this doesn't represent my view of Christianity, how I believe.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I think it's important because I think it represents a large group of people. I mean, these people are people from my hometown. I knew some of them previously. Some of them I met through the film. And these are, the street preacher was in the center of my hometown.
And what town is this, just so everybody knows?
Just Leominster, Massachusetts, a little town in Massachusetts.
Okay, so only about an hour. We were based in Northampton, Massachusetts, so I'm very familiar with Leominster, and it's not a place you would think of as a kind of religious bastion, although central Massachusetts is the most conservative part of the state.
Right, no, exactly. I mean, you summed it up right there. And these are real people. Like I said, I love these people. They love me. They're good people. But I think that their belief may have pushed them a little too far in their thinking. That's just my personal view. I may have said the same thing a few years ago. I don't know. I don't have any kids, obviously. But I think that's important to think about. I think the point of this film too is open dialogue and think for yourself. Think about what you're doing and where your belief is taking you.
All right, so Josh, how can people? What's the status of the movie? When is the release? How can people get it?
Sure. It's funny. We did a small Indiegogo campaign, a fundraiser. Hemet Meta of the Friendly Atheist picked it up. A few other sources have picked it up.
Oh wait, oh wait, oh wait, oh wait. Easy work, easy work, easy work. It did from up. So it's dealing with the Bible and the commandment to kill even children. Your child. All right, from an Israelite who believed wholeheartedly that he was doing the will of who he called God, and then you got Euro Gentiles and even a Negro Gentile telling you, yeah, I would, but deep down they know what's wrong because they keep coming with the mop. I gotta clean up my mess because you know what you're saying don't sit right with you, and that's all I've been saying. You know what I mean? That's all we've been saying. You know, the only reason you trying to justify or clean up what you're saying is because deep down you know, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. I wouldn't dare. All right. So this ain't about if you can read the Bible. I know y'all know how to read. Majority of y'all know how to read, correct? So we're not talking about if you can read. We talking about when your spirit is going off. When your spirit is firing on all cylinders, like, nah, That's what we talking about. When do we abandon that for what's written? Why is that voice going off in your head? Like, nah. Why do you feel that internal conflict within you? Like, nah, I know something wrong with that, but I'm going to do it because it says go do it. Nah. You supposed to try it. You supposed to test it. You see, and we're going to get into some of that today. All right, let me show y'all something else too. Show y'all something. All right, we're going to go here. Some people want to know if God commands the killing of children in the Bible. Actually, he does. He didn't command the killing of children in the Bible before. All right, we all know the one in 1 Samuel. But let's go to the one in 2 Kings. Let's go there. 2 Kings. All right, we're going to go to 2 Kings chapter 2. All right, we're going to jump on down to verse 23. All right, I think that's the right one. Hold on. No, that ain't the one. That ain't the one. I think it's chapter 4. Give me a second, y'all. Give me 1 second. I think that's chapter 4, if I ain't mistaken. All right. Bang, bang, bang. That ain't it, bang. Okay. Man, what that deal is? I'm gonna go to first. I'm gonna go to first, which we call it first, and I find that other one. Y'all forgive me on that one. 1 Samuel 15. Let's go there first. God actually commanded the killing of children. 1 Samuel 15. Let's get into it. Let's get into it and see. All right. All right, 1 Samuel 15. All right. 1 Samuel 15, we're going to start at verse 1. Let's get it. Show y'all this real quick. Easy work. All this is easy. You got to try the spirit. You think just because it says, thus saith the Lord of God, that's talking about the creator. How you know it's not a false God of Lord? How you know that? All right, let's work. 1 Samuel 15 and 1. All right. Look at this. Look at this herd. Samuel also said unto Shaul, the Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now, therefore, hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord of hosts. I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Bro, he's remembering what Amalek, these Edomites, did to the Israelites. All right. Did the Amalekites kill the children of Israel? Or did they just not allow them access through their lands? Watch this. Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. This is the Lord through Samuel the prophet telling Saul to go kill everything, man, woman, infant, suckling. Y'all, that's the newborn baby that's still on the breast. And the animals. What did the animals do to you? What did the baby on the breast do to you? What did a young child, 4 years old, do to you? You see what I'm saying? Like God is in her commanding through his prophet Samuel to go kill children, infants, sucklings, ox, sheep, camel, and ass. That's what the commandment is. So the question is, would you kill your child or kill any children if God told you to? You see, we can't act like that's not in the Bible. That's right there. That's right there. That's right there. Let's jump back over to 2 Kings. If y'all see that right there is a commandment according to Samuel the prophet. That's a commandment from the Lord God of Israel, the Lord of hosts, to slay the donkey, the camel, the sheep, the oxen, the baby still sucking his mama's breast, the infant, the women, the men, slay everything. If you understand that, that's a commandment of the Lord to Saul the king. Give me a 9 up in the chat. You know, we ain't trying to lose nobody. Bless up. Bless up. We ain't trying to lose nobody. We trying to make sure everybody gets some understanding. We're not making this up. God is in the Bible commanding to kill. You understand? Commanding to shed blood. That we not making that up. Even if we never brought it out, guess what? It's still in there. And somebody gonna ask you a question one day. Hey, why God got them going to kill? What did the babies that's breastfeeding do? What did the animals do to you? What did the women do? Like, what did they do to you? They killed your animals? Is that what you're saying? They killed your babies that was what? Sucking the breast? Is that what you're saying? I'm talking about Amalek. They did that to you? When we came out of Egypt, Amalek did all that to you? He killed all your animals. He killed your newborn child. He killed your infants. He killed your teenagers. He killed every man, every woman, and was told to spare not. That was a commandment. And because he didn't go all the way through with the commandment, he lost the authority of being a king. That's what the rest of the story says. Let's drop that. Let's go to 2 Kings. Look at this. Let's go back to 2 Kings. Easy work. Bless up. Clip up. Easy work. Easy work. It ain't hard to prove what we talking about. You got to deal with that. And it's a fair question. Is it in the Bible? Is God in the Bible commanding men, women, or men to kill children, to kill newborns? Second Kings 23 and 24. This is about the prophet Elisha, or Elisha, right? And he went up from thence unto Bethel, and as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city, and mocked him, and said unto him, Go up, thou bald head. Go up, thou bald head. So Elisha was like me, follically challenged. All right. But here comes some children. You know how children play. I mean, most of us grew up joning. You already know. You get joned on, boy, you better have some thick skin being who we are as a people. You better. You better. So you got some children playing with this guy. Playing with this guy, just joking, call him a bald head, bro. You're follically challenged. I am too. Look at this. It says, Go up, thou bald head. Go up, thou bald head. And he turned back and looked on them and cursed them. This is the man of God. And cursed them in the name of the Lord. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood and tore 42 children of them. Do y'all hear this? Because they called them bald-headed. Huh? He turned around and cursed them in the name of his Lord. And the results of the curse is 2 she-birds come out of the woods and render 42 Israelite children to the stomach regions, to their stomach regions. You understand? Devour and eat and kill 42 children because they're playing. What are we talking about here? What understanding can you get out of that? Oh man, don't talk, don't even play around and joke with the men of God. He may curse you and you may get devoured. Look, stop all that. Stop all that. You know good and well nothing righteous about what we just read. You know that. You know that. Let's not play the game here. Oh man, you know that's a prophet of God, man. You better not talk about no prophet of God, man, because oh man, that's a man of God. He got the anointing on. Don't even joke with him. Don't even call him bald. You know how long I've been called? I've been called a big. I've had a big head my whole life. What are you talking about? You gotta learn to deal with that. What are you talking about? Because some children playing with you, like that child in that video, 4-year-old Jaden. He's 4. He plays around. Oh no, but murder him though, right? Oh no, Elisha, curse him though, right? And here come 2 she-birds to devour and tear apart 42 children who were joking. Where we at now? How do you justify that? Try the spirit, y'all. You understand? What spirit was on that prophet that caused him to curse 42 children? Because they're playing with him. Come on, man. Stop playing. Show y'all another one. Show y'all another one. Then we're going to get into it. We're going to show you how to try the spirit. All right? Show y'all how to try the spirit. If any of y'all that got a problem with the WASP, then showing the WASP what the Creator is ordaining you to kill children. To kill it all. We still gonna run this, play this game like what's righteous and what's not. You know good and well ain't nothing righteous about what we just read. Whether it's gonna slay the newborns and the infants and the children and the sucklings and the animals, or whether because some children are playing with you and obviously, boy, you're follically challenged. Huh? You can't take a joke. Curse the children. 42 birds come and tear 42 of them apart. And then the story keeps going like, hey, whatever. It was God's will. Psalm 137:7. All right, if y'all get some understanding, give me an 8 up in the chat. Bless up. Shout out to all the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers. We love y'all too. All right. That's right, Emma. Children gonna be children. Come on, man. What'd you say, Roddy Rod? Not power bomb, but shit. Yeah, me, I roughhouse with little jokers. So I'd have been wrestling with them 42 little jokers. Banging, slamming little jokers. You know what I mean? We'd have got it on. But you ain't gotta curse them and then, you know, here come the birds to kill them. So who put this inspiration on the birds to come chew on 42 children? It would have to be the Lord that Elisha cursed him in. Psalm 137:7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Yahushua, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. So Psalm is saying, you know, or David saying in the Psalms that, you know, remember what the Edomites did to us. We went down into captivity. They were saying, tear it down or raise it, right? O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewards you as you have served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth your little ones, your children, against the stones. Stop about killing children. Killing children. Taking them and dashing them against the stones. Y'all, this ain't rocket science. Yeah. God commands in certain parts of the scriptures to kill children. Kill children. All right. Look, see that what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, I think you need to reevaluate everything you're talking about. Was that righteous? Was that righteous? Or was that wicked? How do you explain it? So children disrespected elders. It's being children, being disrespectful, being children. Cut it. Boy, I don't know what rock you done lived up under. You supposed to be a Negro. You grew up as a black man, didn't you? Well, you know good and well all the mischief we got into when we was young. What rock you living up under? You know good and well all the mischief that we done been into since we was young. All the jokes, all the pranks. Huh? A lot of life and death situations. Some of us had to go sit down behind that. So you know good and well children play around. That's natural. You know that. Ain't no justifying you cursing no children because they called you bald head. Boy, you know that. It don't make sense. And everybody know we ain't playing. All right. So anyway, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. So we all know about testing the spirit and trying the spirit. All right. We all know that the Lord or God is in the Bible commanding at certain times to kill children, to kill infants, to kill newborns, to kill animals. All right. So now let's get into this. I'm going to show y'all. All right. So we showed already. We went to Psalms 137, 7 through 9. We went to 1 John 4, 1, 1 Samuel 15, 1 through 3, and 2 Kings 2, 23 through 24. 4 precepts. All right, and that ain't it. You got Abraham in Genesis, the 22nd chapter. You got Jephthah and his daughter, where he vowed to sacrifice whatever came out of his house to the Lord, if the Lord would give him victory. The first thing came out of his house was his daughter. And guess what he had to do? Sacrifice his daughter. You did? Trying to tell me to take disrespect. Like, all right, get on about her. You goofy anyway. Get on about her. You ain't trying to learn that. The hell up off my chat. Learn to talk, boy. You can't even talk. Sound like you chewing on a gravel sandwich every time you talk. Like, what is he talking about? Majestic plurals and then go somewhere. Don't even come on this chat no more. Use a clown. All right, so look, let's get into this. He know it ain't no justifying none of that. None of it. All right, so let's get into this. I want to show y'all something. All right. Let's get into this. Let's show how to try and test the spirit, man. All right. Not even to play with you, Negro. And can't damn Israelite tell me about nothing. More than likely, I've been teaching longer than whoever you talking about. I know the doctrine inside and out. I done taught classes for 2-3 times a week going on 17 years. What are you talking about? I know the doctrine. Ain't nothing you can tell me about being an Israelite. I know it backwards and forwards. Been more diligent in it than your favorite teacher. What are you talking about? And I got the receipts. All right, so look, we're going to drop there. We're going to go into I speak. Sky Earth Spirit. I speak. All right. How do you try the spirit when you're tempted to do something that you know is wrong? How do you try that? All right, let's get into that. All right, let's try the spirit. All right, so first we're gonna go to the first book of God, chapter 3. That's where we're going first. All right, and I need y'all to tell me what's evil about what we're gonna read. I heard all that. White man, European, dentist, 33rd degree Mason, spiritual communion. After you learn all that, now we got to go into the text to see what is evil. All right, what is evil? All right. We'll go chapter 3 first. All right. We're going to go chapter 3. We're going to read 1 through 11. All right. And this is about Creator raising up those capable of hearing his light in the regions of Japheth, what you call Asia. All right. Now trip off this. You know, that's false. That's okay. Well, let's see how they responded when they were asked would they kill children. Let's see how they responded. All right. We already got the gravel sandwich, sippy cup brew, who just got bounced out the chat. He said, hell yeah, I would. He said, hell yeah, I would. That's what he said. And watch this. All right, this is first book of God in OISP, Sky Earth Spirit, chapter 3, verse 1. From Zwingi, God raised up prophets for 7 generations. All right, I ain't even gonna try. Well, I can try it. Zwingi begot Dotsi, who begot Yin, who begot Hini, who begot Lan Siang, who begot D Huchi, who begot Holan, who begot Po, who was an Esau in birth. All right. When Po was very still young, the voice of God came to him, saying, be steadfast in the doctrines of your forefathers, eating neither fish nor flesh. Y'all hear this? All those who had the light of Creator on them, y'all know what they had in common? One of the many things they had in common was they was not chewing on animal sandwiches at all. At all. See this? So it let it be known even before Po, for his forefathers, those who the Creator was dealing with, be steadfast in the doctrines of your forefathers, eating neither fish nor flesh. Your God will not only preserve you alive, but you shall gather together the scattered tribes of Zarathustrians, the faithless, and reestablish them in this great land. All right. Around the locality of Northeast Africa, the faithless are the Israelites, specifically the Essenes and Nazarenes. All right. In different localities of the earth, you got your main orthodox idolatrous religions, and then you got the peaceful tribes that live out in the wilderness amongst them or near them, who live amongst each other, have everything in common. You understand? Share all their resources. They don't chew on animal sandwiches. They don't spill blood. They don't go to war. You understand? They peaceful people. All right, look at this. In those days, many of the Zarathustrians were celibates, and the king saw his people being reduced by war. So he made a law against celibacy, commanding all men to marry and all women to bring forth children or be put to death. The king, like, you men better flex your love muscle, boy. So much war, our population is depleting rapidly. So they came up with a law. You understand? Celibacy out the door. When Po was grown up, God said to him, behold, you cannot fulfill the law, for you are Esau born. Man, you can't have children. All right. Meaning what? That you were born without any earthly desires. That's what the Esau is. But I will fetch you a wife like you who is also barren. But you too shall be blessed with 3 children. And you shall call them Wanli, Togan, and Zelu. And it came to pass that a woman of Hongi with 3 adopted children escaped from the tyranny of Diwan, fleeing for the southern tribes of Hisi, Guao, and Yo, and Guangu. And Po married her and named her a toe-down G. Oh, man. Y'all see this? Po, boy, these Chinese names is crazy. A toe-down G. That's his wife now. Y'all know them Chinese names crazy. Tuck a chin. Come down low. Name the prophet Tuck a chin in this deal. Look at this. Po was 20 years old when he married, and he went with his wife and 3 children to the country of Hingadi, which name signified brotherland, and he labored at scutching flax and hemp. And God came to Po saying, what is the extent of your fidelity to the all-highest light? Y'all see this? What is the extent of your fidelity to the all-highest light? Po said, I will obey him in all things. And that's what most of our people say. Whatever God say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to obey him in all things, right? God said, would you sacrifice your 3 sons if commanded by your creator? Y'all see this? And that's the question that those videos were asking. That's the question we've been asking all the Israelites. Would you kill your children or any children if your God inspired you to? We see he's commanded it in the Bible. We see men are cursing children for joking and playing and calling them bald head. We see all these things. So the question is, would you sacrifice your 3 sons if commanded by your creator? Po said, they are the creators. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right, y'all. So look, let me read that again. Right here. Right here. It says, God said, would you sacrifice your 3 sons if commanded by your creator? Poe said, they are the creators, not mine. How dare I sacrifice that which is another's? That's how you test the spirit. And when you're commanded to kill your children or take away the life of any being, you answer just like Poe just answered. They are the creators, not mine. How dare I sacrifice that which is another's? Y'all see that? Poe answered and was like, nah, I dare not do that. Those are the creator's children. And for all you brothers and sisters that have children, your children belong to a creator. How dare we sacrifice or kill anything that belongs to another? Y'all see that? That's how you test and try the spirit, because God asked Poe, if the creator asked you to kill your children or sacrifice them, would you? They are the creators, not mine. How dare I sacrifice that which is another's? God said, you are wise. You know the Mazdian law, or the Yahweh law, or the Jehovah law. All right. That means you know the law of the creator. You know the higher law. You know the higher law. And the higher law is thou shalt not kill. You're not supposed to shed the blood of anything, any person or any animal. Y'all get some understanding so far? Give me a 7 up in the chat. That's how you test the spirit. You test the spirit by what? Acknowledging the fact when you're tempted that you can't be sent by creator. Creator told me never to kill. And he perceived that what? He understood the higher law, or the law of the creator, which is thou shalt not kill. Period. Period. The creator is not sanctioning warfare. He's not sanctioning you to go, you understand, kill all these billions of animals just because you hungry. He ain't commanded none of that. That's hard for a lot of people to grasp, but it's the truth. It's the truth. All right, let's go read about Abraham over here. All right, let's go to Abraham. All right. We're going to go down to chapter 7 of this first book of God. We in OR speed, sky, earth, spirit. All right. And look, we ain't around here telling you that you got to believe everything you read or whatever. But look, read it and check it out. And if it resonates with you, deal with it. If it don't receive it. All right. We got to get past the so-called, the white man did this and that. Y'all, everything that you dealing with, the white man didn't touch, directly or indirectly. Ain't damn Negro. I can look up any dictionary. I don't care if it's the Strong's Concordance, the Ben Yehuda Pocket Dictionary. I don't care if it's the Webster's Merriam. Ain't damn Negro wrote none of that. You can look at the Brown's Thayer's Lexicon. Them ain't Negroes. All right, all your research you're doing, more than likely the white man has had his hands on it. So when do we get past that and deal with the information? You see that? Look at this right here. All right, so we in the first book of God, chapter 7, 1 through 10. All right. This is more about Poe right here, right? Let me see. Let me see if that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm gonna start back up at 1. All right. He Sing became converted to the doctrines of Poe. Now, He Sing is the emperor of Asia at this time. All right. He became converted to the doctrines of Poe, as taught by God, who was called Tien in those days in that country. So the ways of the creator converted the emperor through his prophet Poe. Sin and He Sing and Zigu entered into compact to throw off the dominion of Han, and so notified him. Han immediately declared war against them, and he pursued them cruelly, laying waste the great country. Poe and his followers were thus driven toward the south, and on their way they gathered up the faithists of the tribes of Hiah. Now it came to pass that Han's success in war was so great that he did not concentrate his armies, but caused them to scatter in different directions. And behold, he went so far that the barbarians fell upon his armies and destroyed them. And Han himself perished by the blow of a barbarian woman. In the 4th year of Poe's inspiration, he returned and possessed the countries of Phi, Hingadi, Silov, and he reinstated Ha-Sin and He Sing as governors. All right. He Sing called a council of 13 kingdoms of Japheth. And after 70 days of deliberation, He Sing was made ruler over Japheth, receiving the title King of the Sun. And he established the doctrines of Poe by law, changing the name of all light to Tien, signifying God. And he stopped all persecution against the faithists, and he prohibited idol worship. So this ain't This is not the Chinese or the Asian, any Asian spiritual system that deal with the idolatry, that deal with the flesh eating, that deal with the bloodshed. And they deal and worship the Creator by doing righteous work unto others. They live together in communities. They share resources. See what I'm saying? And Poe traveled east and west, north and south, teaching and displaying miraculous things. And God was with him at all times and places. And wherever Poe went, he gathered together the chosen, explaining and practicing the commandments of God. And man ceased to worship all idols, gods and saviors, worshiping the Creator only. Y'all see that? End of the first Chinese Bible. And trip out this, y'all. The Indian text, the Chinese text, all of them corrupted. False gods corrupted all the spiritual texts. All of them. Now we're about to get into the first Phoenician Bible, or, you know, Arabia, Northeast Africa. Being of Abram, a man chosen by God for the children of Arabia, or the children of Northeast Africa. All right, Abraham is our father, right? That's what we claim. All right. Now look at this. Now, look at this right here. And we're going to deal with Abraham. Because we all know in the Bible, Abraham was told to kill Isaac. And he was about to split Isaac down to the white meat, boy. He about to cut Isaac down. All right, now look at this. I'm going to show y'all this. It's very, very interesting. All right. It says right here. All right. Out of the host of Persia, who were of the people of Shem, who existed since the days of the flood, came Abram, a man chosen by God in the ark of Spedum, for the deliverance of the faithless of Arabia. So while Poe is doing his thing in China or in Asia, Abraham is in Northeast Africa doing his work. All these men were contemporary with one another, meaning they all lived during the same period. None of them knew each other, but all of them taught the same doctrine because the light of the Creator was on all these men in these different localities of the earth. You see that? Now look at it. For the deliverance of the faithless in Arabia, God said, because they have not raised up one out of the sons of Ham, your name shall become Abraham, and it shall be testimony in thousands of years in my records in the libraries of heaven. And it came to pass that forgers and deceivers, not having the fear of Jehovah before them, falsely gave the interpretation of the meaning of the words Abraham and Ham, not knowing in thousands of years that in so small a matter he would display the truth and glory of his revealed word. God led Abram away from Hesah, his native place, where he was a maker, where he was a maker Hold on. It said right here, God led Abram from Esau, his native place, where he was a maker of baskets, and took him to the ancient land of Ham, which had been destroyed by droughts before the flood, as the name signifies, after which God surnamed him Abraham and made him chief rabbah, or chief priest over the faithless of Arabia. See this? Look at it. Abraham came with that light. These then were the generations of the line of light from whom Abram came. That is to say of Shem. Abraham is from Shem. Israelites, we claim we from Shem, right? That is to say of Shem and the 70 tribes, first going forth beyond the mountains. Man, Watkab Habal, Terhu settled in Persia, and his descendants Raphbach, and his descendants Go, and his descendants Wawa, and his descendants Sador. And Sador, the line was lost, but through his daughter Bar regained through the Ions in the land of goats, where the Listians lived, having fled from the tyranny of the kings of Oas. From Bar was descended Ogant, from him Der, from him Walshah, from him Heliel, from him Rakah, and here the line ran by the female heirs, beginning in Rakah's daughter, Hes, from whom was descended Gilgil, from whom was descended Thusa, from whom was descended She, from whom was descended 7 generations in Suis. A Suis is someone who was born with the ability to hear angels. All right, look at this. And it was lost in Weed Taku, but regained again through Iron Seed and appeared in Rebath. And again, Suis extended through these generations. All right, it goes into a Foxad, Sela, Eber, Peleg, Rub, Saru. All this in the Bible, y'all. Nahor and Terah. But in Terah, the line was lost, but regained by Iron Seed, from whom sprang Geth, from whom sprang Ko, and whom sprang Gus, from whom sprang Rabak, from whom sprang Yashem, and by iron seed sprang Tilat, and by iron seed Sheor, by iron seed Shearah, from whom descended Nahor the second, from whom sprang Abraham. Abram, look at this, y'all. Description of Abraham. That's right, Selah. Y'all see what Selah said? Totally sure is that only the male heir carries the line of light. Females got it too. Exactly. And there are lines of that, a proof of that in the Bible too. Proof of that in the Bible too. Look at it. Now look at the description of Abraham. First book of God, chapter 8, verse 7. Abram was of pure blood and an Iowan. And the light of Suez had been with his forefathers and foremothers since the flood. Remember, so Abraham was born with the ability to hear and speak to angels, to tap into the spiritual realm. All right. And he was large and red like new copper. You mean tell me, according to the WAH'S, Abraham had copper skin and he was a large man. And had black hair and long beard, first to look upon, but his soul was gentle as a woman's. Do y'all hear Abraham's description? Abraham is described in the WAH'S as a copper-colored man with a long beard, black hair, and very large. That ain't no who you. So who is that? You think that's Steven Spielberg that's describing? Who is that describing? And notice he's a Shemite. Notice he from the stock of Persia. And he's described as a copper-colored skinned man, very large, with black hair and a long beard. And you got the nerve to say that this is what? This is whom that's being described. Look at this. Abraham could see without eyes and hear without ears, knowing things by the light of God which dwelt in him. For which reason God chose Abram to gather together the faithless in Arabia and the adjacent countries, even as he had appointed Poe and Japheth. You see how Creator works? See how Creator works? You see, like what I got Poe doing in Japheth, I got Abraham doing over here in Arabia or Africa, Northeast Africa. Look at this right here. I don't deal with the images. Look at this. In those days, there were great kings and men of great learning who had books of learning and instruments for measuring things far and near. And Abram knew these things, for he had been a servant in the king's family where learned men and women congregated. And so knowing the power of God was upon him, he ran away in his youth and lived among the Listyans, who made baskets and trinkets in the forest, which they sold to the king's people. God spake to Abram, saying, do not concern yourself regarding men of learning, nor long for the learning in books. The day will come when they will be forgotten. But your words and your labors will overspread the world. And God lived with Abram, teaching him and working miracles through him. It came to pass that the Listyans in their rambles, selling words, told the slaves of the kings about the wonders of Abram. And the slaves fled from bondage and went into the wilderness in search of Abram. And when they came before him, he spoke to them day by day as they came, saying, why have you come? I did not call you. And when they could not answer, Abram said to them, God brought you. Man of himself does nothing. Search then the records of your generations, for you are descended from the faithless of old. They searched and found that every one of those who had come was descended from before the time of Zarathustra. Abram said, do not think that God comes to one man alone. Do y'all hear this? Do not think that God comes to one man alone, y'all. Let that soak in. Let that soak in. When he provides a voice, he also provides ears and hearts. Because you have been faithful to him, he calls you to deliverance from your enemies, who are God's enemies also. Y'all see this? Y'all see this? If y'all understand the description of Abram or Abraham in the WAH'S is not describing a milquetoast heathen from the northern ice caps, give me a 6 up in the chat. Abraham was described as copper-colored skin, black hair, long black beard, and a large man from the host of Shem, Persia. All right? Look at that. That's a description of our father Abraham. You can stop peeking from under the covers. You can come on outside, Israel. You can come on outside, man. You dig? Look at this right here. All right. Now we about to get into Abraham being tested. We about to get into him being tested to kill his son, Isaac. And let's see what we get. All right. Look at this right here. When the number of those who had come to Abram and Sheadowan reached 4,500 souls, God spoke to Abram saying, come now, I will lead you and your people into another country. Almost 5,000. You see how Creator got Abraham growing? 5,000 bodies. Fleeing from bondage, freeing from capitalism, freeing from dictatorship and all that. You did? Fleeing from tyranny. Hey, come join Abram. The Most High sent y'all. Check your records. Yeah, I bet you descend from the faithless, and they all do. Look at this. So Abram led them away, and they came into lower Hodlutz. And it came to pass that in the year after they departed out of Sheadowan, a famine came upon the land. And the enemies of God were cut off and could not pursue Abram and his people. He had the Creator get down. Okay, send a famine. All them warring hosts ain't going to be able to come get you or get at you. It was after this that Abram was called Abraham, and he built altars of worship and altars of sacrifice according to the commandments of God. Now, it came to pass in the early days of Abraham, he told his brothers that the light and power of God were with him. And though others believed in Abraham, yet Lot, Abraham's brother, and Lot, Abram's nephew, did not believe in Abraham. Now, that's something YHWH's is saying that Abraham had a brother named Lot and a nephew named Lot. Saying of him, he was born naturally and is wise because of his own judgment. God said to Abraham, behold, it is an easy matter to commune with spirits, but to judge righteously regarding them is not so easy. It is an easy matter. Do y'all hear this? To commune with spirits, but to judge righteously regarding them is not so easy. Do y'all hear this? Try the spirits, right? It's easy to commune with the unseen, but to righteously, to judge them righteously, that's not easy. You see? You got to know the character of the Creator. You understand? These unclean spirits at any moment can appear to you as an angel of light. Or what? Tempt you to go get down and go put some blood in the streets or put some blood in the mud. You see that? For which reason you and your wife and 100 picked men shall go and visit Sodom and Gomorrah in the valley of Siddim. So it's easy to spiritually communicate, but to judge righteously regarding them is not so easy. So he said, all right, well, you need to learn to judge righteously regarding the spirits. Right? Well, how you going to do that? I'm going to send you to Sodom and Gomorrah. See, Creator puts you, sometimes he puts you in these conditions. You understand? Don't make no sense for us to be fat-mouthing and talking crazy about the streets and the youth, and they need to pull their pants up and they gangbang and go raise them up then. Right? He sent Abraham and his tribe right into the, I'm talking about right into the heat of the battle. He sent them right into Sodom and Gomorrah. With the light to raise them up. You see? Look at this. And Abraham and his people went as commanded by God and visited the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. And God spoke privately to Abraham, saying, I will destroy these cities, for they are like hells for evil spirits. But Lot, the elder and younger, shall escape for your sake. And when they came to Sodom, behold, angels walked among the people. And the people knew they were angels, but were indifferent regarding them. And there were laws made by Barak, king of Sodom, regarding the behavior between angels and men. And Abraham, being pressed by the presence of God, said to his people, behold, there are angels that love to dwell in lust, and to partake with mortals, to eat with them, to lie down with them, and to partake in all ungodly pleasures. So he's letting his people know, like, look, don't fall for that. Don't fall for just because a Negro tell you he's spiritual. Somebody tell you they spiritual and they can communicate with spirits and all that, man. Hey, look, you judging the matter? Are you trying the spirits? Because he letting it be known there are angels that love to dwell with mortals. Mortals are full of lust. You know what I mean? Partake with mortals, to eat with them, to lie down with them. What you mean to lie down with mortals? incubus, succubus. Those are spirits. Those are female demons, and male demons that lay with men and women in their sleep and to partake in all ungodly pleasures. God, through his angels, rained down fire and brimstone on Sodom and Gomorrah, and they were burnt and destroyed. Lot the elder escaped and went and lived in a cave. Now, after Abraham and his people had returned to Jireh's camp, it was night. God said to Abraham, be steadfast and show your people so that they may understand my words. Be steadfast, be diligent, stand on what I've taught you. That way your people understand, and show your people so that they may understand my words. And while they were still praying before the altar, God withdrew from Abraham and allowed the evil angels who had followed them from Sodom and Gomorrah to draw near the altar. And one of the angels clothed himself in a great light and adorned with sparkling gems and a crown. He appeared so all the multitude of people could look upon him. Look at this. He don't appear to you with a pitchfork and some red pantyhose on, smoking a GPC. No, it ain't how these unclean spirits come at you. You understand? They come looking like your knight in shining armor sisters. Come looking like the woman of your dreams, brothers. See, he came with the bling bling, the crown, the jewels, all of it. But this is an evil angel. But he don't look evil. And right before God withdrew from Abraham, you understand, he told him, be steadfast. All right, so your people may understand. Why? Because God is about to test Abraham. All right. And whenever creator withdraw from a situation, millions of unclean spirits come rushing in. Millions. And that's how you can tell. You can go to a place and understand, now, our creator ain't here. You know what I mean? This is a habitation of evil. Now look at this. Abraham said, who are you? And the spirit says, to trip off this, you got to right to question the spirit. Try the spirit, right? When this studied out evil angel, it came appearing glorious to Abraham. After God told him, be steadfast, and he withdrew. All right? Abraham still asking questions. Who is you? And the spirit said, I am your God, ruler of heaven and earth. Look at that. Now, what's to stop any spirit from coming to any one of you brothers and sisters and telling you, bow before me, I am your God, the ruler of heaven and earth? How would you know? What would you say? How would you test that spirit? See, scripture tell you try the spirit, right? But how? How? This evil angel straight told Abraham, I am your God, ruler of heaven and earth. Abraham said, I am your servant. What may I do for you? And the spirit said, you should take your only son, Isaac, and your hosts who were with you at Sodom and Gomorrah, and go with me where I will lead you, for I have a great work for you. Abraham said, I will do whatever you put upon me to do. I heard that. You hear that today a lot. Even Poe said that. Whatever God tell me to do, I'm going to do. But if the creator told you to kill your children, no, those are creators, not mine. How dare I sacrifice that which belongs to another? Abraham already like, oh, okay, well, this is my God. This is true ruler of heaven and earth. I'm going to do whatever you put upon me. I'm going to do whatever, right? So in the morning, Abraham and his son Isaac and the hosts who had been with Abraham to Sodom and Gomorrah assembled together. And Abraham spoke, saying, where to, O God? The spirit, remember the name of this class. Remember the name of the class, right? The false gods and their mortal puppets. Try the spirit. And the crazy part about it, brothers and sisters, every last one of us are tempted to go right or left every second of the day, whether we sleep or whether we are awake. Everybody has the conversations in their head. Everyone is tempted or inspired by some type of spirit to either go right or to go left, to do what's righteous or to do what's evil. Everybody is. Everybody. Right? Anybody tell you different is lying to you. All right? The battle goes down up here in your mind. Everybody knows this. All right? Now look at this right here. It says right here, The spirit answered, saying, take sticks and a firebrand, a torch, and come to the summit of the hill over there, for you shall restore the rights of burnt offerings. Dang. Abraham told the people that God had said, so they began. And Isaac carried the bundle of willows, such as basket makers use, saying, this will light the large pieces. But what will you burn for an offering, O father? And Abraham said, God will provide. And when they ascended to the place, Abraham gathered logs and heaped them up. And Isaac placed the willows. Then the Spirit spoke, saying, what shall a man love above all things in the world? And Abraham said, God. And the Spirit said, for which reason you shall offer your only son Isaac as a burnt offering. And it shall be testimony before your people that you will obey God even to the sacrifice of your own flesh and kin. Stop right there. Don't forget this is a false god. Don't forget this is an evil angel that was in Sodom and Gomorrah, fronting like he's the God or the Lord God or the God of heaven and earth, rule of heaven and earth. Don't forget that. This is not the creator nor any god or angel that's in service to him. This is a false god. And the Spirit said, for which reason you shall offer your only son Isaac as a burnt offering, and it shall be testimony before your people that you will obey God, even to the sacrifice of your own flesh and kin. Look at this. Abraham said, show me that you are God, so that I may not err, for I have been commanded not to kill. Try the Spirit, right? You see that? You don't get that in the Bible. You got Abraham ready to cut Isaac down. And then the angel stopped him. You see? In a WASP, Abraham said, show me that you God, so that I don't err. For I've been commanded not to kill. Whenever you brothers and sisters are tempted to do any type of murder or anything that you know that's against Creator, respond like Abraham. Respond like Paul. This is how you test and try the Spirit, whether the Spirit is of who we call God. You got a commandment to test and try these spirits. These false gods I heard playing us like puppets. And you wonder why we about bodying the false gods. You wonder why we like put the neck, keep your foot on the neck of these false gods, man. Got these modern Hebrews running around here talking about they'll kill children if the Most High told them to. Not even just the Hebrews, Euro Gentiles will tell you that. We just saw the video. That's how you try the Spirit. When any inspiration comes and you know it's against the Creator, you better speak up. No, I don't do that. I've been commanded not to kill. And the Spirit departed away from Abraham. Don't forget, y'all, this is an evil angel. That was not the Creator that told Abraham go kill Isaac that we read about in the Bible. That was a false god. And even if you get into the book of remembrance, which is some more Israelite literature, it straight tell you in there that was a false god that tempted Abraham to slay Isaac. That was not the Creator. You dig? So that's lining right up with Owaspy and the Nazarene same literature. It's lining right up. You see that? And the Spirit departed away from Abraham, perceiving that he knew the who? The higher law. That's right, brothers and sisters. That's what you live by. You live by the higher law or the Creator's Torah. The Creator's Torah, the higher law, is not what's written down in books. All right, it's supposed to be written on your mind and in your heart. All right, you know what's wrong and you know what's right. You don't need nothing for real to convince you what's wrong and right. You feel it. It goes off in you. Inside of you know, oh, no, that's wrong. All right. So Owaspy just cleared it up. That was an evil angel. That was a false god that tempted Abraham to kill his son Isaac. If y'all understand that, give me a 5 up in the chat. That was not the Creator. And that makes sense. Why would the Creator tell you to kill his children? Your children are his children. You understand? You just the custodian and guardian over them. So handle up wisely, man. Handle up wisely. All right. Treat them short leggers how you want the Most High to treat you. Absolutely. Y'all see this? That was an evil angel, a false deity, a God that told Abraham to kill Isaac. And Abraham tried the spirit, didn't he? Didn't he test that spirit? And as soon as he tested the spirit departed away from Abraham, perceiving that he knew the higher law. And Isaac was grieved at heart, for he desired to witness what a sacrifice was. And the people, seeing a ram near at hand, went and caught it and slaughtered it. They caught that. They slaughtered that and sprinkled the blood on the sacrifice. And they lit the fire, roasted the flesh, and took it and gave it to the poor. You see, Abraham wasn't even a part of that. And Abraham called the place Jehovah Jireh, or Yahweh Jireh, Yahweh Yahweh. And they returned to the camp. And Abraham, being moved by God, spoke before the people. Do y'all hear this? Do y'all hear this? Oh, wait. I know somebody mad. Somebody mad. If y'all get some understanding, give me a 4 up in the chat. Bless up. It's going down. Let's go deal with another prophet in a different locality of the earth. Let's go deal. We're going down chapter 14, the first book of God. Gonna deal with another prophet in the earth that Creator raised up. Right after Abraham, you got Poe and Japheth of China. You got Abraham in Northeast Africa. And you got this guy named Brahma in India. Okay. That's what we're dealing with next. Let's see if the message is consistent. Let's see if it's the same. I see y'all getting some understanding. All praises. All praise to Creator. Shout out to all the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers. We love y'all too. All right. All right. So right here, the first Bible of Vindu, which is India, being a Brahma, a man chosen by God for the children of Vindu, giving an account of Brahma becoming an issue of his labor and his resurrection after death. Y'all see this? Y'all see this? All right. So again, different localities of the earth. You got Poe for Japheth or the Asians. You got Brahma for the East Indians, you know, the Hindus with the dots on their head. And y'all, this is all before any of the texts got corrupted and the false gods destroyed their movement. And now you have the day idolatry, Hinduism, Buddhism, the Chinese spiritual, the Egyptian, Israel, dealing with Israel and all that. Now you got what you have is corruption all over the earth, not just with the people, but even with the text is being produced. All right. Oh, we in chapter 14. I'm starting verse 1. All right. Look at this right here. It said, these are the 4 races of Brahma. And then it goes in. All right. All right. I'm going to jump down to 3. I ain't going to read all that. All right. Look at this. Verse 3. Yahweh, or Jehovah, who was called Ormaz by the Brahmins. All right. So when you hear people say Ormaz, you dig, we're not talking about the Persian mythology that was corrupted by the false gods. We talking about in its pure essence, the line of light that the Creator had in India, in Northeast Africa, in Japheth, and even over in the Americas. He established the same line of light and raised up different men. You understand? To go into these, you know, regions of darkness and shine that light. But they all called the Creator different. So if that name is a problem for you, understand this: there's none higher than the Creator. All right. But Yahweh or Jehovah amongst the Brahmins are called Ormaz. All right. Sent his light to the earth world once for every 100 generations. And the light fell upon his sons, prepared from before their births by the angels of Creator. And the times before the submersion of Pan, each cycle was called one man. And the length of his life, 3,000 years. So before the flood is letting you know those aren't necessarily men, those are cycles that have to do with cosmology. All right. We're dealing with Noah and going all the way back. The cycles you're dealing with, these men you're reading about, it's not men. The times before the submersion of Pan or before the flood, each cycle was called one man. And the length of his life, 3,000 years, because each arc cycle, according to OSP, is 3,000 years. All right. Right now, we're in the 25th arc cycle. All right. Since the creation of mortals in this earth, 25th. All right. And each arc cycle is roughly 3,000 years. You do the math. It'll let you know how long it's been since man been on this earth. You dig? Not what the Hebrew scholars tell you. They tell you that The world was created in 3761 BC. Y'all, that ain't even 6,000 years ago. But if we in the 25th arc cycle since the creation of mortals, and each arc cycle is roughly 3,000 years, we missing a whole lot of history. Dealing just with the scholars call, or the Hebrew scholars did with the chronology of the Bible, the study of time. Based off the Hebrew calendar, it's the year 5782. Ain't been 6,000 years. That's a whole nother topic, though. But for the times after the flood, the Creator commanded the nations of the earth to be rated as a man. And it was so. Omar said, so that man will not be confounded. You shall count Osiris with the generations that do not believe. All right? Except in the sun. But of the Zarathustrians, their number shall be those who survived in the darkness of his cycle, which were Zarathustra from the races of Shon, and of Zarathustra, Haman, Wankaka, who begot Zohar, who begot Theo, who begot Andasa, who begot Mur, who begot Ramsat. These were tribes of the Zarathustrian order, who what? Rejected idols. You see that? The idolatry you see in the earth today was not always accepted in those localities. All right, that's what you have today based off the work of the false gods. You see what I'm saying? Who rejected idols, lords, gods, saviors, kings, queens, and all other rulers on the earth or in the heavens above the earth except the Creator, and had faith in him that to do righteously and practice good works made the best, nearest, perfect man. Do y'all hear this? Look at that. You see that? They over here rejecting idols, lords, gods, saviors, all of it. All of it. You understand? Creator only. All right? And had faith in him that to do righteously and practice good works made the best, nearest, perfect man. So yeah, your righteous deeds and works you do for others is how you serve the Creator. You understand? Look at this. The light by the voice was lost in the 600th year after Zarathustra, but regained in Ramsat by the Ions, from whom came the tribe of Lojan, who begot Thonigala, whole grief, who begot Subanese, and from which Wild Thuchi Subanese, which were 44 generations, in which the voice always came to the chief priest, Chief Rabah. And Kusa King, the voice was lost, but again restored by the Ions, whose heirs were called Wasing Chung, who begot Avor, who begot Iriga Wagner, who begot Ben Hamona, from whom was descended 30 generations, the chief Rabah of whom could hear the voice. Ben Hamoah counted the faiths of his day, including men, women, and children. And there were 4,000 of them. And all other nations and tribes in India were idolaters. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? Idolaters. That means, you understand, those who was rolling with Brahma, those who were rolling with Zarathustra, those who were rolling with Poe and Abraham and Moses and Yeshua and all that, they all were dealing with the light of the Creator. Those who wasn't were dealing with the idolatry. Well, in Judaism, we ain't dealing with no idolatry. It's plenty of idolatry that's being done and practiced, even within the Israelite movement. Plenty. Look at this. Through the descendants of Ramstat, the voice was again regained via the Ions through a tribe called Shriviyata, who begot them. Saga, who begot, I don't know how to say that. Freya Vamor Galam, who bred with the Ions, begot Thais, who begot with the Ions Anu, who begot with the Ions Maha, who begot with the Ions Bra, and who had both voice and power from the Father, and he was called Brahma because of his great wisdom. The angel Almaz had prophesied, saying, out of your seed shall come one called Brahma, who shall have suis with power, who shall have the ability to see into the spiritual realm and talk with angels with power. Things that were revealed in Zarathustra have been lost, but shall be recovered in Brahma. Ramsat had prophesied, moreover, with the coming of Brahma will come the end of the iron race in Shem, or Venue, India. God spoke in Cosmon, saying, let no man say, all right, now remember, you in the Cosmon era now. All right, let no man say the beginning of the doctrine of one spirit began with Brahma, Abram, Poe, or Iwata. For since man walked upright on the earth, behold, I have said to him, you shall have only one God, even the Creator. And in the cycles of my times, I have raised up many who have comprehended my words, but others constantly put away the I am and raised up idols instead. He said, look, don't think before Abraham and them came on the scene that the doctrine of worshiping only the Creator wasn't in the earth. Creator say, since man was walking upright on the earth, behold, I have said to him, you shall have only one God, even the Creator. See that? So what we speaking, y'all, and what we teaching is nothing new. It's been around for tens of thousands of years. Thousands of years. You see that? Look at this. Let all men understand who and what is meant by the terms Po, Abram, Brahma, and Iwata, which is that though I walk the earth with these men, teaching and speaking through them, yet none of them were idolized by men. Y'all see this? For the nations of the earth in the time of these four men comprehended that they were not gods, but men through whom and to whom I, God, has spoken. Y'all see this? You see this? But today, men are idolized. Men who Creator has put his light on, you idolize now. All right? Jesus Christ is an idol today. Idol. We can play all we want. We can throw Hebrew vibration on and all that. You understand? But if it's about idol, if it's not about Creator, turning you back to Creator, don't follow me, don't worship me, don't serve me. You understand? Serve the next man and woman in righteousness. You understand? You're not supposed to be idolizing no man, period. You can follow the teachings of these men if they got the light of the Creator on them. They're inspired by the Creator, absolutely. I follow the teachings of Yahshua, Mashiach, absolutely. Absolutely. You dig? But do you worship him? That's the point. Do you idolize him? You see? Look at this. Let all men understand who and what is meant by the terms Po, Abram, Brahma, and Iwata, which is that though I walk the earth with these men, teaching and speaking through them, yet none of them was idolized by men. You see? For the nations of the earth in the time of these four men comprehended that they were not gods, but men, through whom and to whom our God has spoken. Brahma said, do all men have stars? Behold, since my childhood, I have had a star above my forehead. This is where you get the red dot for the Hindus and all that. According to this, Brahma had glory above his forehead. Right? And everybody couldn't see it. All right. No man could answer Brahma. They said Brahma is foolish even with all his wisdom. Brahma asked the star, who are you? God said, I am your star. I am the light of the second heavens. Brahma asked, what is your name, O star, you mysterious light? God said, call me Ormaz. I am the same light that spoke to Zarathustra in his time. Brahma asked, who are you, O Ormaz, you voice of light? God said, you shall commune with one only, even your Creator. You shall worship one only, even he who made you alive. This don't sound like no idolatry. You dig? Brahma said, why have you taken up your abode above my head? God said, attain to be one with your Creator in wisdom, goodness, and purity, and you shall answer your own questions. Then Brahma applied to the robber, the Zarathustrian priest, and he learned abnegation of self and the rites and ceremonies of the ancients. When Brahma was grown up, God said to him, arise tomorrow, my son, and I will lead you into another country when you shall marry and settle down for a long season. Brahma said, peaceful have been my slumbers and joyous my wakeful hours all my life. I have made labor a pleasure. I give all I had to the poor, doing your commandments with all my wisdom and strength. Look at this. Look at this. From my youth up, look at this. From my youth up, I have not killed any living creature of yours that goes on the earth, or swims in the waters, or flies in the earth, nor have I eaten anything that had ever breathed the breath of life. Do y'all hear this? Y'all hear this? One thing you'll notice about these different localities of the earth and these brothers that had this line of light on them, these brothers and sisters, one of the many things they had in common was they were not chewing on animals. They were not chewing on animals. You understand? Animal flesh poisons your blood. And that which charges the blood charges the spirit. All right. Yes, your spiritual progression has everything to do with your health as well. Absolutely. And Brahma letting it be known, I ain't never killed anything. All right. Nor have I eaten anything that had ever breathed the breath of life. And I have been most abstemious in plain food and water only, according to the Zarathustrian law. Hear me, O Amaz, for I will open my soul to you and hold nothing back. Amaz said it as well. Brahma said, woe is me if my soul turns toward woman. I remember he was born without earthly desires. A lot of them were. A lot of them was. Was I not wed to you, O Amaz? Was I not your bridegroom from my youth up? Why then do you not protect me to yourself? Amaz said. Amaz, or the Creator said, in time past I raised up many in Asu, and they were without flesh desires all their days. Such men could not perpetrate the earth. They were good for their day. Zarathustra was an Isu. My light is now for those who can perpetrate. All things are possible in my hands. Do not grieve nor smother out any talent I created with the pure in flesh. So Creator just telling Brahma, like, look, in Zarathustra's day, that celibacy was cracking. But that's not the case today. All right, that's not the case today. All right, Brahma said, if I love a woman, O Creator, might I not lose my love for you? Or Ma said, by faith in me, you should triumph by the road I marked out for you. Since before you were born, arise then, O Brahma, and follow your star. I will lead you. And then you look up and he's in a whole nother country and he's bringing the light of Creator. He bumps into his wife and it's a beautiful situation. All right, we're going to jump down to chapter 16. Bless up, bless up. All right, bang, bang, bang. Let's go to the next one. I go to chapter 16. All right, first book of God, chapter 16, 11 through 25. Let's work. I came to see us work, not exchange smooth soliloquies. We here to work. We here to work. Scoring Black Man Podcast in the building. Bless up, King. Bless up, bless up. I see y'all in the chat. Get them thumbs up or thumbs down. Thumbs up or thumbs down. It's all good. All right. Still talking about Brahma. About to get into it. I see y'all in the building. All right. All right. All right. If you heard anything evil so far, like we went and showed where God was saying to go kill sucklings and infants, and you know, in 1 Samuel 15, 1 through 3, we read in 2 Kings 2, 23 through 24, that 2 birds killed 42 children for joking with Elisha, the prophet. He cursed them in the name of the Lord, and the Lord inspired them to go chew on, you understand, the mastery of these children. And we read Psalm 137, 7 through 9, that the Creator will be happy to bash the heads of babies against the stones. You did? So if you heard anything that we've read so far that's evil, all right, give me a 1 up in the chat. If what we reading inspires you and you ain't heard nothing evil, give me a 2 up in the chat. And when I say evil, I'm saying sanctioned by the Creator. Because we got the Lord God in the Bible at certain times sanctioning to kill children, to kill the innocent, to kill infants. All right? We reading OASP and Creator ain't with the bloodshed. He ain't with the killing. He ain't with even killing the animals for the sake of food. See this? I got all 2s in the chat. We ain't heard nothing. Stephanie Randall said 1. Dang, what you read that was evil? What you heard that was evil, Stephanie Randall? 2 if you ain't heard nothing evil. All right? 1 if what you heard is evil. Line of Yah said, I like this. Keep trailblazing. Yeah, ain't nothing. We ain't read. Stephanie Randall said 2. That's right, sis. 2. You had me worried for a minute, Steffi. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, Black Mac 78. I ain't gonna stop. I'm in the trenches till the Creator call me out the trenches. All right? 17 years strong. I'll never stop. Put it that way. Much love, family. All right. First book of God, OSP, Sky of Spirit, chapter 16, verse 11. Now the light gathered within the soul of Brahma, And he was as one with the Father. Then YHWH's, the creator, spake through Brahma, saying, I created the earth not to be despised as the Zarathustrians through the hearts of monarchs and priests, but so that it should be the glory of man. This was the Zarathustrian law, but for the sake of profit, bondage, and evil, they have perverted my doctrines and bound up my peoples. Do y'all hear this? All the religions of the world, all the spiritual systems of the world have been compromised. All of them. All of them by the false gods. That's why you got to be careful. You understand? Because most of us has turned the Bible into an idol. Don't turn no book into your maker, the creator. Not even no YHWH. You understand? There ain't a book in existence that's the creator. That's him. That's the creator. So you don't idolize no man. You don't idolize no book. You understand? If what you reading agrees with creation, and if what you reading resonates with your spirit, then read on. And I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. What I've been reading, amazing. Amazing. I gotta keep it solid with you. Amazing. I ain't read nothing yet. I've been reading this deal since January. I ain't read nothing yet that the creator has sanctioned as evil. You know what I mean? All the evil was because of the false gods. And the crazy part about it, everybody that go against creator eventually got to come back crawling, crying, and begging to be forgiven. That's why it don't make no sense for them to be jealous and angry and vengeful. Why? Eventually, guess what? You're going to end up right back in front of creator saying, I can't get jiggy with this. I just, you know what I mean? You're going to realize I put myself in torment. I dug my own grave. You're going to realize as soon as you set yourself up as the highest or deny the all person or deny the creator, you already fallen. And that's what has happened. This was the Zarathustrian law, but for the sake of profit, money, bondage, slavery, and evil, they have perverted my doctrines and bound up my peoples. They profess me, even creator, but they have turned my commandments and my doctrines upside down. And this was going on even in India. What are you talking about? Even in India. Right? It ain't just the Bible that got holes and contradictions in it. All the spiritual and religious texts got it. All of them. Look at this. I came through Zarathustra and delivered those who called on me in faith. And they became my chosen for a season. But they allowed evil to usurp their hearts. They squandered my substance in building temples and providing a superabundance of priests and priestesses. They raised up the sword and spear for me. Yes, by blood and death they established kingdoms and called them by my name. YHWH's. Huh? That name's still spoken today in India, Persia, and all that. Right? But it's based off bloodshed and warfare. Right? It's not what the creator commanded. So we ain't telling you you won't lick your finger and go through any type of Indian or Hindu text and find some type of warfare and blood. We ain't talking about that. We ain't saying you won't lick your finger and magically land on a Bible page or God is commanding some type of wickedness or evil. We ain't saying that. We saying it's all been tampered with through the inspiration of the false gods. You dig? And it's essential for you to know the character of your creator. So when you're reading these texts, you can be like, oh, no, I'm never doing that. That ain't of the creator, or creator is down with that right there. He down with the, defending the poor and needy. He's down for, you understand it, looking out for the homeless and the less fortunate. He's down for righteous works done unto others. He's down with no idols, no bloodshed, no warfare. You understand? No animal sandwiches. He's down with all that. Something come against that. He's almighty, all powerful, all knowing, always was, is, and never shall be, the mighty creator. He's not limited. He's not weak. He's not impotent. He's omnipotent, all strength. You see that? Look at this. That's why it's critical. It's crucial for you to understand the character of creator. If you don't, you're going to lose out. You're going to be out here a puppet for the false gods. Look at this right here. The spirit of my voice they put aside, but the words they retain. Do y'all hear this? We got that bad today. You'll go against the voice of the creator because you got 100 scriptures tell you, go in the burning house. Go in the burning house. And the spirit of the Most High telling you, you better not go in that house. But here come a super brew precept And I read you 100 scriptures to convince you to go into the house. So written words override the voice of Creator that has been with every last one of you brothers and sisters since before you can remember. You're going to trade off tampered words for your first mind with a voice of Creator? That's what you're going to do? Y'all see that? The spirit of my voice they put aside, but the words they retained and added earthly meaning to them. Do y'all see this? By which they proclaim darkness for light and light for darkness. And the poor and distressed who worship me in truth and in spirit have learned to hate the established words, for which reason they are persecuted, bound, taxed, and despitefully used. Creator saying, look, those who roll with me know my voice. And they know that if they read something in their text that's against my voice, they learn to hate what's written. You see what we got to get back to? You got to get back to hearing the voice of the Most High. All right? Those mealy mouth Negroes last year was calling it NehemiYAH Hebrew voice of lights. Bruh, yeah, that's all through even the scripture. And the voice of the Most High came to me and said it right. That was a voice that came to Abraham that told him leave his native land and go into Canaan, right? And he ain't read nothing. He heard a voice. Even with the biblical narrative, you got to hear the voice, then you move. All right? If you in a position to where the Creator is speaking to you, meaning you know what's right and wrong, and he speaks to every last one of y'all. All right? That voice to tell you do this, don't do that. That's the Creator. You understand? Now trip off this. Trip off this. How do you trade that? And you didn't have that since before you was born with written words that the false gods have tampered with. So when you read something that goes against the voice, you should already know, no, I'm not doing that. That's like Abraham said, show me that you God first, because I was commanded not to kill. Just like Poe said, you understand? My children are the creators. I dare not sacrifice that which belongs to another. You see? So if what's written goes against your spirit, then you got to get to the point to where I'm riding with what my spirit is saying. And you know why most can't do that? Because they've turned the book into an idol. That's why. That's why. Look at this. 15. Yes, they impress in the service of war those who would not kill because of their natural love for me and for my created sons and daughters. Y'all hear this? They impress, they make those who are peaceful go to war. Thus they take these from their kindred, saying to them, come away from peace and kill. Be a slayer of men. Be a soldier of death for the glory of the King. Y'all see that? I commanded them since ancient times to kill not at all. And y'all, this is Brahma. This a cat that was getting this gone. He had this light in India during the same time Abraham had it in Canaan. Same time Poe had it in China or Jaffa. Brahma was already teaching this. And these men never met. Same light though, same doctrine. I commanded them since ancient times to kill not at all. My words were plain. Meaning thou shalt not kill is simply that, y'all. Thou shalt not kill. But the kings commanded the priests to interpret my words in such a way that war could be justified. Creator said, my words are plain. I commanded them against taking that which was another's. My words were plain. But the kings commanded the priests to interpret the meaning in such ways that the kings could exact tribute for their own glory. And so they levy wherever and whenever they desire, saying for the defense of the king and the country, taxing everybody you conquer. You ain't supposed to take that which is another's. Creator said, my words are plain. It's plain. Thou shalt not kill. Creator say, my words are plain. But kings or men with power put pressure on the priests to interpret the meaning to go along with what the king's agenda is, even though what the king is saying is off. Look at this. Thus they have perverted my commandments from beginning to end. But I declare to you that in my sight I will hold him accountable who kills one man, and 10 times accountable if he kills 10 men, and 100 times for 100. They shall not hide death and murder from my sight by the word war. Yeah, that's just a code name for death and murder. Oh, so I said, I'm holding you accountable. You put blood in that street, you put blood on that pavement, you accountable for that. 10 times of what you did. I will hold him accountable who kills one man, and 10 times accountable if he kills 10 men, and 100 times for 100. They shall not hide death and murder from my sight by the word war. Soldiers of death. You see this? See this? Neither shall they excuse stealing by levying tax. Yeah, you stealing. Talking about you levying a tax. Neither shall they excuse stealing by levying tax for the king or for the country's protection. For by their own evil, it has come to pass that they talk about protection. Have I made a law that one king or one country shall protect itself against another? Does any man not see that these doctrines come from the flesh, not from the spirit? For as my kingdoms in heaven need no protection from one another, why should those on earth who profess me require protection from one another, unless they are heeding the flesh and not me? Look at this. They profess to be faithless in me, but they immediately go and build fortifications of earth, stone, and wood. And as for those who know me in spirit and truth, perceiving I am wrongly interpreted for evil's sake, being those who rebel in their souls against these iniquities, these they seize and impress as lifelong slaves, or if refusing, they kill them. Yeah, we've been persecuted. What you talking about? You see? Been persecuted. No, we ain't down with that. No, we ain't putting no blood in the streets. No, we not going to war. No, we not killing no animals for sacrifice. No, we ain't killing no animals because we hungry. Nah. We ain't killing them, nor are we benefiting from it. You dig? And those who work such wickedness say, behold, we have the Zarathustrian law, the YHWH'S law, the HERBAL law, also the creator, true God, and the prophet they deal with. Ours is the holy, the revealed word. Let no man rise up his voice against these truths, or he shall surely be put to death. See how the false gods come in through their emissaries and hijack the pure teachings? See that? Look at this. But I looked down from my holy heavens and saw, and my ears heard, and I cried out in my soul for the evils of the earth. I said, behold, I will go and deliver those who have faith in me, in spirit and truth. And I went over the lands of the earth, but I found no man in whom my light could shine. So I called my holy masters of generations, my angels high raised in heaven, and said to them, come and dwell on the earth many generations, and by inspiration raise me up one in whom my light shall shine, for I will surely deliver my people. Those type of angels are called Louis. The Suis are those who are born with the ability to hear and speak with and converse with spirits or angels. Louis are like the angels who are responsible for the prenatal condition of mortals when they're born. So the angels basically guarding you while you're in your mother's womb growing. All right, they're like spiritual geneticists. All right, responsible for the prenatal conditions of mortals. You understand? Even responsible for your father and mother getting together, right, to produce a child capable of hearing the light, or you understand, hearing the voice of Creator. So Creator has angels for everything, every administration, every job. You understand? Including the prenatal condition of mortals. Those angels are called Louis, L-O-O-I-S, Louis, right? Now look at it. Now I declare to you who are assembled, the time is at hand, and you are also many parts in my work. Even as through my angels you name these sons, so also according to their names I will establish my kingdom. Therefore, permit VD, VD to write down the words I have spoken. For lo, he has learning and memory provided to that end. Be watchful for when I come again. Yeah, now that's wild because the Vedic text, you understand, are the Hindu text, or the text of Brahma, right? Crazy part is Vidi is Brahma's son. One of his sons would write down when Creator would, put that light on him and he would speak. His son Vidi, or Veda, the Vedic religion or the Vedic culture, the Vedic text and all that. Yeah. How many knew that's the name of Brahma's son? He was his scribe, though. All right. Therefore, permit Vidi to write down the words I have spoken. For lo, he has learned and memory provided to that end. Be watchful for when I come again. Jehovah, Yahweh, or Ma ceased, and Brahma woke as from a trance. Though he had heard all that was said, so VD remembered every spoken word, and he wrote them down on cloth, prepared for that purpose. And this was the beginning of a new name of a people on the earth. For though they were in fact faithists and nothing but faithists, yet their neighbors sometimes called them Vedans and sometimes Brahmins. Y'all see that? Right? So when y'all write down VEDIC, VEDA, VEDE, you can type in culture behind that, text, religion, and you'll see that's an actual culture, a movement that's been in the earth, but it's been perverted by the false gods. Initially, Veda will write down everything that Brahma would say while Brahma was in a trance conversing with true God. You see what I'm saying? Who is in service to the creator. Wow. So Owaspi ain't just revealing the corruption and the history behind the Bible. It is also going into all the other texts, even the Hindu text or the Brahmin text, meaning the Vedic scriptures. You see that? Y'all get some understanding? Give me a 4 up in the chat. Bless up, bless up, bless up. All right, bless up, bless up. I found that very interesting. Let's go to the next chapter, a couple verses. All right, we're going to chapter 17. All right, we're going to read 15 through 23. Bless up, bless up. All right, we got foes in the chat. We working. Y'all came to see us sweat, right? Y'all ain't come to see us, exchange smooth and fancy soliloquies. Speak the king's English with super precision. Now y'all came to see us work, to see us sweat. You understand? To study, to go into these things. See if it resonates with your spirit. I ain't heard nothing evil yet. Jehovah said, my heavenly edifice is like this also. I do not send winter to please one man, nor summer, nor the rain. I consider in what way I shall induce men to raise up one another and to be considerate. Thus, through me, your father, mother, brothers, and all faithists that come after these, my doctrine shall learn to consider the unbelief of mortals and the impossibility of one man seeing through another man's eyes. Do y'all hear that? Huh? There's a reason why the unbeliever is an unbeliever. Consider that. And the impossibility of one man seeing through another man's eyes. Y'all, we will never, ever see everything the same way. Creator made it like that. You understand? Life, motion, individuality, and personality. He made you like that. And to develop these things is resurrection toward him. To neglect them is constant, not progression, but to, degress, to go backwards. You falling. Life, motion, individuality, and personality. The Most High gave every individual that. To develop life, to develop motion, individuality, and personality. To develop these things is to work on resurrection more and more toward him. Develop your talents. Develop the gift that the Creator gave you. But to neglect all that, you understand? To feel as if I have to see this thing the way you see it, right? Or you may look at a scripture and don't see it the same way. It don't hit like that. I don't see that. Yeah, it's impossible that everyone will see the same thing. All right. For example, if you outside driving, you know how when you look at the clouds at times, you see all type of crazy shapes. Sometimes you see, it look like a man sitting up there, you dig, watching TV, or you may, oh man, it look like a bird flying. I'm talking about when you're looking at the clouds. But it's plenty of times you can look at the same cloud and you get a different answer than the person that's looking at the cloud with you. I don't see that. I see a mouse. You see? Because it's impossible. Look at this. For as I have raised up in a house of love for one another, so will I show the wisdom of disbelief and its necessity on earth. He says it's a necessity for the disbeliever, the unbeliever. It's necessary. And as you keep reading, you'll see out of all of Brahma's sons, one of them was an unbeliever. But true about this, he had more faith. He had more faith than his brothers in them. They all was scared. He had more faith than his brothers and mother. They all was shook. You dig? He like, Bubba, I don't even believe in no angels, no spirits. What y'all need me to do? I'm gonna go over there and grab that. Came back, like, look, this is all good. So, but y'all find it as y'all keep reading. The foremost of all lessons is that all men shall have liberty. The foremost of all lessons is that all men shall have freedom and liberty, and no man's judgment shall be binding on another's. For all do not see alike, nor can they understand alike. So your judgment or another man's judgment, you are not bound to. You got liberty. You got freedom. You know what I mean? Not freedom to be evil. We're not talking there. You understand? But whenever you start exiting stage left, leaving these so-called cults and these so-called religions, you understand the system of control that was in place. Like you're almost forced to believe what the next person is saying. Down to Negro start talking like all them GMS flunkies. They'll say the Lord, and the Lord said, and the Lord, oh yeah, the Lord gonna kill you niggas, man. The Lord, and the Lord, like, nigga, you from Mississippi. Your elder from New York. Y'all don't talk like that. The foremost of all lessons is that all men shall have liberty, and no man's judgment shall be binding on another's. For all do not see alike, nor can they understand alike. That makes sense. That resonates with me. I can't speak for everybody else. That makes all sense in the world. We're arguing. We're supposed to see the same thing, speak the same man. Listen, all right. Listen. Look at this. Verse 18. So you shall be as considerate to those who do not see my light or my person as you are to those who are born in suis, or those who are born with the ability to speak and talk with and see into the spiritual realm. He said, be considerate of those who don't have that ability, those who don't see the light, and those who do. For they are of the same flesh and blood, and they have their spirits from the same creator, meaning the believer and unbeliever. Same flesh and blood, and both their spirits come from the creator. See this? That's right, Jehu. That's right, Jehu. Look at this. 19. For in the evidence of the past and present, it is before you that men endeavor to enforce their doctrines by saying, behold the word of our mouths, or behold the word of God. He has spoken thus, and I am his priest. Bow down your heads. You see this? Forcing doctrine. Like we about to bar fight and punch out some jokers because they don't hear what we saying. Nah, that ain't what it is. Look at this. Instead, man should not bow down, but hold up his head and rejoice. Those who seek to enforce me are my enemies. You ain't got to enforce creator. Everybody, everything and everyone that goes against creator eventually wind right back at his right back in his presence, saying what? I can't get jiggy with this shit. I just, you know, you Michael Blacks. I can't get jiggy with this. Yeah, I tripped. I thought I was doing something that would have, you know, been right, but I see. Today I didn't do nothing but dig my own grave. Right? I built my own hell and torment. You understand? That's why it's important to understand the character of the creator. You must. It's a must to understand his nature. If not, guess what? We get the same, if not, we get the same judgment that the false gods get. You know what I mean? Now look at this. So creator says, if you looking to enforce me, you are my enemy. You ain't got to enforce creator at all. At all. Everybody that go against him got to come back and holler at him. You dig? Look at this. So he just said, if you out here enforcing him, you are his enemy. Man should not bow down to no man. Hold up your head and rejoice. Rejoice and believe. Huh? Those who seek to enforce me are my enemies. Nor have I said of this man or that. Hear him, for he is truth. Shall the creator make one greater than himself and thus cut himself off? Yet the kings and priests of this day assume to be truth in God's name. And the mothers and fathers of many have become discouraged because of their great hardships. And they bring forth heirs who have eyes but do not see, ears but do not hear. God said in the days of Zarathustra, I came to deliver those who had faith but were in bondage. Today I come to teach men how to bring forth heirs with eyes to see spiritual things and with ears to hear them and with liberty to all men. Yeah, that's one thing about this. It's proactive in teaching you how to hear the voice of Creator. Proactive. Look at this. And I come to prove 3 worlds. Y'all see this? And I come to prove 3 worlds to men. First, the earth and its fullness. Second, the intermediate world of spirits, where all shall sojourn for a season. And third, the Nirvanian or Etherian worlds beyond Shinvat. All right, Shinvat is the Earth's vortex. All right, once you get past the Earth's vortex, you in Etherian. All right, but you got to work to get there, though. You don't automatically just, you understand? So it says, and the third, the Nirvanian worlds beyond Shinvat, where for the pure and wise, unending paradise awaits. Paradise awaits for the pure and wise. Unending paradise awaits. See that? That's a beautiful thing, man. And you see how you are responsible. You are responsible for what you do against Creator. You are. All right? No one else. You are. I see y'all in the building. I get some understanding. Go ahead and give me a 3 up in the chat. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Where we going next? We jumping over to chapter 20. Jumping over to chapter 20. Bless up. All right, I see y'all in the building. See y'all in the building. It's a good read, though, man. What I've been reading so far is amazing. I got to keep it all the way Gucci with you. Amazing, amazing. And clears up a lot of answers. Lots of answers. All right. And eventually, for any of my Israelite brothers and sisters that's listening, eventually you're going to have to, the argument that, you know, white man came through a white man, all that's played out, and you know what I mean, we already shot that out the water. So eventually Creator is calling you, and eventually you finna have to come holler at Creator. That's one thing about it. Well, we ain't got to enforce nothing. All the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers all back up in the presence of Creator apologizing. You understand it? I'm talking about very remorseful, and they always be like, what can I do to make it right? You understand? Real talk. Now look at this right here. So Shayathaha joined Brahma's host, and with Shayathaha came his brothers and their sons and daughters. And those who came cast into a heap whatever goods or monies they had, and the head fathers of the families divided and distributed the same according to their best wisdom. Same thing that happened in Acts. These men were, and women and children were living together. They were sharing their resources, and their resources that they generated on a daily basis was given into the control of the Rabbah, the chief priest of the community, and he would divvy up what you gave out based off everyone's necessity of the community. No one was poor, no one was rich. All right. Now look at this. And the head fathers of the families divided and distributed the same according to their best wisdom. And Brahma's people, by commandment of Brahma, called themselves not Brahmins, but Vedans. That is, truth followers. So now y'all know that the Vedic texts and the Vedic culture and all that was established in truth at first, because the Vedi or Veda is Brahma's son. All right. Has it been corrupted today through Brahmanism and the corruption of the Vedic culture and the text and the false god? Absolutely. Absolutely it has. All right. But we read right in here that it's corrupted. You understand that men, you know, even though the Creator speaks plain, men or kings make the priests interpret what's written and come up with their own definitions to justify their actions. All right. So Venus mean true followers. In those days, all right, it says right here, bang. In those days, the language of the kings of India or Vindu and of men of learning was al-ao, all ao, signifying out of all that is good. But the Vedans, those that wrote Brahma, were the unlearned, and their language was imperfect and had many meanings for every spoken and written word, like your Strong's Concordance. Like your Ben Yehudi pocket dictionary, like your Merriam-Webster's lexicon and all that. Yeah. Yeah. But the Vedans were the unlearned, and their language was imperfect and had many meanings for every spoken and written word. And God foresaw the liability to corruption of the Brahmin religion. Look at this. Y'all, it ain't just the Bible that's corrupted. The false gods and all of it. All of it. And true God understood, look, this thing with Brahma's teaching and what VD is writing down is going to become corrupted. And God foresaw the liability to corruption of the Brahmin religion, and he spoke to Brahma, saying, behold, I have given you 7 sons, 6 of light and 1 of darkness. Your 6 sons of light shall each establish a school among my chosen, and teach my scriptures by word of mouth. And all who afterward become priests shall be capable of repeating every word of the Veda by heart. You had to commit it to memory. It's oral. And before it's ever written down, it's an oral tradition. Makes sense. Before a baby can write, he can speak. Makes sense. So the oral law will come first before the actual written law. All right. And the oral law comes from what? The spirit realm into the mind of those, the Suis, who can hear and communicate. And then they speak it and it's written down. Look at this. And if in later times the plates and the books of my holy religion are destroyed by war, it will not matter. The substance of your labor shall live. Shall committed to memory, because it will be destroyed. Look at this. Then Brahma's sons did as commanded, each and every one becoming a teacher. And again, God spoke to Brahma, saying, arise and go where my angel will lead you, taking your wife and your son Hall with you. You should travel from place to place for 2 years and then return here, for your labor will be completed. Look at that. Look at that. Huh? Yeah, you got to try that spirit, don't you? Right? What you thought was what we thought was evil and wrong and all that, you ain't realizing it's something that was pure that the Creator gave that eventually became corrupted through the false deities and gods. You know what I mean? That's a hard pill to swallow. I mean, we can go right into the Bible and show the false gods, though. You understand? Even the worship of them. We can go show it, right? And the worship of them a lot of times was an angel of light or angel or false god appearing as an angel of light. That's what that was. We're going to go down to chapter 26 next in the first book of God. All right. We getting answers around here. All right. Answers. We ain't just being, you know what I mean, led to do your thing. Now we about to go into another powerful prophet that was in the earth. Remember, we had Poe in China. We had Brahma in India. We had Abraham in Northeast Africa, or the land of Canaan, Egypt and all that. But nobody ever talks about Iwata, the American prophet, who lived during the same time period. All right. And you're talking between 2 to 3, you're talking between, let me think, 4,000 or 5,000 years ago, something like that, when these men walked the earth. All right. So now we're about to get into this. I want to show y'all this. That's right. You see set apart living. You see what Imam said? If there's someone who really wants to learn about what's in a wasp but can't afford to purchase one at this time, I will donate one. Hit up Malaki. He will let me know. Sure will. It's an excellent read, man. It's a beautiful read, actually. It's like, dang, that's tight. All right. I see. Okay, so let's get into this prophet right here over in the Americas. Yosef the Nazarene, my beloved brother. Bless up, King. How you doing? Blessings to my family. Blessings to my family. All right. Look at this right here. I'm about to get into some of this. All right. All right. Atura, god of evil, dwelling in hell, looked over the broad earth, saw the land of Gautama. Gautama is America. All right. The mighty races of Iowans, and his mouth watered like a lion's when a lamb stands before him. Atura called his legions tens of thousands of drudges, demons, devils from the regions of hell. Come, he said, I have found a rich feeding place, Behold, I will make my kingdoms wider, spread out the walls of hell, and gather in this great harvest of innocent souls. Then came I to his host of evil, 10 times tens of thousands, for such is the nature of spirits and men. Call for 10,000 to do a righteous work, and only 100 come. Heard what he say? He said, for such is the nature of spirits and men. Call for 10,000 to do a righteous work, and only 100 come. Call for 10,000 to do an unholy work, and behold, 10 times 10,000 come. They said to a Torah, he said, when it's time to do righteousness, there's only a few that'll show up. When it's time to do wickedness, you'll get more than the number you called for. So you call for 10,000, you'll get 100,000 to show up and do wickedness. Look at it. How shall we perceive? Where shall we strike? And Itura, wise and wickedness, said, go to the temples, the places of shining copper and silver, and obsess every one of their oracles. And when the kings and the learned men come to consult Gitchi, which is a god downward creator, my deadly enemy, you shall assume to be him. See, these spirits and false gods can assume to be even an angel that's rolling with creator. All right, and answer them with lies and all types of unprofitable speculation. Turn them upside down, make them curse Gitchi, make them ask for Itura, and when madness comes upon them, follow them to their sleeping couches and whisper in their souls that their neighbors are their deadly enemies, and cite them to war and to all manner of deeds of death. And when they overturn each other's kingdoms and houses, and their dead lie like ashes over all the land, gather in their distracted spirits to fill my mighty kingdom with the Gitchi's harvest. Shit, the false gods is looking to harvest souls. And he telling that the demons is down with him, go possess the temple houses, the oracles, and assume to be my enemy, and speak the doctrine of falsehood, lie, warfare, bloodshed, and murder. Speak that. And guess what? If the priests are speaking it, then the people are going to go ahead and follow. Look at this. And based off the death and the blood, these souls, you understand, once they cross over, will be slaves to this false god. Then answered the host of Itura, who was known in heaven as Ahura. Wow, Ahura the false. Most mighty God, what are your prizes for the souls of men? For souls to extend your heavenly kingdom. Itura answers, saying, according to the number of subjects any angel brings me, so will I exalt him to be a captain, or a general, or a lord, or a god. He shall have a sub-kingdom in my heavenly regions, with thousands of servants to do his bidding. He said, the more spirits you bring me, the more I will exalt you in my kingdom. With that, the evil god and his evil spirits fell to work night and day. And lo and behold, the fair land of Guatemala, America, was overspread with human blood. Fell war spread throughout all the mighty kingdoms, kingdom against kingdom, city against city, man against man. Y'all, it's like 5,000 years ago this went down, 6,000 years ago. And the holy temples were pulled down or burnt, the canals broken and wasted, the city set ablaze, and the fields lay waste with no grain growing. The grinding mills of the women lay silent, like dead stretched over all the fields. To the far forest fled the women with children, hungry, weeping, starving. And the cities went down, the nations went down, the tribes of men were broken up. Only remnants here and there remained, and where once had been great and mighty peoples, lay only heaps of ruins, past the power of man to rebuild. Then the Creator, the Great Spirit, looked down from the highest heaven, saw the work of desolation, saw Itura at his bloody work. And the Great Spirit cried out with a loud voice, so that the earth and heaven shook with the power of his voice, sifting all things as a woman sifts meal. And he found one grain of corn, not ground by the god of evil, found hunger. The tribe so firmly sworn to the Great Spirit that the words of the evil gods and evil spirits rolled off and took no hold on them. So out of all the evil tribes who were influenced by the false gods, there was a hunger tribe I heard that was like, we ain't getting down with none of that. And because they had so much faith in the Great Spirit or the Creator, every enterprise or everything or every word that these false gods and those rolling with them said rolled right off of them. See, it benefits you in every way to have all faith in the Creator. in every way. The Great Spirit saw the tribes of hunger, they who stuck most to the ions, the sacred little people, white and yellow. That's going into the pygmies. I understand it's real short and have eye, and that's albinos and all that. Yeah. Yeah. All right. The midgets. All right. And these ions are in the ions on Gautama, Shem. We read they was in India, which is Shem. You dig? Arabia, which is Africa. Japheth, which is China. You understand? They all over. The sacred little people, white and yellow. So it's not talking about milk toast heathens from the northern ice caps. It's not. You understand? It's talking about the short pygmies. All right. The albinos who are white and yellow. You understand? But with Negroid features type. All right. So look at it. Often marrying with them, thus preserving the stock to their hand and voice. And he called loud, loud, hunger, hunger, hunger. The creator would not be put off with silence. Called again, hunger, 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 but he heard only his own voice, resounding far, knew only his mighty power. Again, he called hunger, hunger, hunger. And the first call, Artur and his evil host ran away. And his second call was like springtime after heavy winter. And the third call, it was like budding summer. And from the seed of hunger, a sprout came up, an island, taller than any other man, with a bright shining face of copper, shining as if all the destroyed temples glistened in his broad head. And he spoke, saying, "Hear, O great spirit, here I am." And the great spirit said, "Who are you, my son?" And he answered, "I am son of the creator." Then asked the great spirit, "Of what tribe?" And he answered, "My flesh is nothing. My genealogy is of the spirit. Of the iron, my mother. Of the iron, my father." You hear this? My flesh is nothing. My genealogy is of the spirit. We all need to be answering the same way. As singing literature says, when men ask you, "Where are you from?" you say and tell them the brotherhood, which surrounds all the heavens and all the earth. For only a miserable soul believes he's born in the corner of the earth. Now we see Walter saying the same thing. Same thing. My flesh is nothing. My genealogy is of the spirit. Of the I and my mother. Of the I and my father. Then said the creator, "For which reason I name you Iwata." Then said the creator, "For which reason I name you Iwata." Spirit and flesh, evenly balanced, best of men. Come with me. Walk along with me. You shall reinstate the tribes of men. Deliver them out of darkness. Make them worshipful. Iwata said, "I am your servant, O great spirit. What shall I call you? So that the tribes of men shall no longer be distrustful." Then answered the creator, "Call me after the wind, O Iwata." That's cold. Call me after the wind, O Iwata. Iwata said, "How after the wind?" The great spirit said, "Come with me, my son." And Iwata walked along and came to a place where the wind blew in the leaves. The creator said, "Tell me, my son, what does the wind in the leaves say?" And Iwata answered, "E." Then the creator took Iwata to the big seawater and asked, "What does the wind in the water say, my son?" And Iwata answered, "Go." Then the creator took Iwata to the high crags, the rocks above the clouds, piercing where the wind whistled. And he said, "What does the wind say, my son?" And Iwata answered, "Quim." And the great spirit said, "Call me Ego Quim." All right, so we got Yahweh for Arabia, or Jehovah, Arabia, where Abraham. All right, that's Egypt, the land of Canaan, what we know as Israel, that whole locality. We got Ormazd, dealing in the locality of China. All right, we got Tien dealing in the locality of Ormazd dealing in the locality of India, Tien dealing in the locality of China, and Ego Quim for the Americas. Y'all, that means all these great men called the creator different names, and the creator never tripped off of it. Never. You know how today we argue over names in the Hebrew culture? And don't none of us agree on what to call the creator. Everybody got a different pronunciation. But notice the pronunciation and what you call creator, he's not even worried about that. Call me after the wind. So Iwata called the great spirit or the creator Ego Quim. Abraham called the great spirit Jehovah or Yahweh. Brahma called the Great Spirit Ormazd. Poe called the Great Spirit Ten. But it's all about Creator. All right? And how we know? Look at the doctrine. All right? And the Great Spirit said, call me Ego Quimo, my son. I am 3 in 1. Y'all see? The real Trinity. I am 3 in 1. The earth, all that is in and on the earth, and all the stars, moon, and sun. They are one of my members. And the earth, above the earth, the Atontia is another member of my person. And higher yet, in the high place above the earth, is ether. The great penetrator. And that is the third member of my person. I am everywhere. Foreigner. All things your eye sees. All things your ear hears are of me and in me. Do y'all hear this? I am 3 in 1. Earth. Air. Ether. Earth, sky, spirit. That's cold. That's cold. That's cold. That's cold right there. That's cold. Indeed. So now we can stop quibbling over names. Now we can stop mumble mouthing and say, you say Yehovah, you say Yahuwah, you say Yahweh, you say Yahweh, you say Yahweh, you say YAH'KI, you say Yahshua, you say Yahoshua, you say Yeshua, you say Yeshaya. We can kill all that now. That don't even mean nothing. That don't even mean nothing. What is the doctrine of Creator? What is the character of Creator? Once you understand that, then you can see Creator had this light in all this earth, man. Who are we to run our mouth like we got it all? You ain't got it. You ain't got it. You understand? Look at this right here. So know what he said. Earth, air, ether. All right? Look at it. And knows what he said again. I am everywhere. Foreigner. All things your eye sees. All things your ear hears are of me and in me. That's cold. That means the Creator ain't floating somewhere high up in the sky, sitting on a throne somewhere. He's everywhere. Omnipresent. Whatever is one with me has no hard labor. Behold the flowers of the field. I color them. Behold the ant and the honeybee. I lead them. The bird I teach how to be. Man alone is stubborn, setting up ways of his own. Oh, if he could learn to be one with me, to move and labor with me. Then spoke Iwata, saying, Holy Ego Quim, I will go and teach man. Give him your words. Make him understand. Ego Quim said, for that labor I called you forth, made you tall and handsome with strong limbs and broad shoulders. Come then, my son. I will go with you into all the lands among all the scattered tribes. Your voice shall be my voice. Do not fear, for I will stand so close to you that when you open your mouth to speak, I will give you words. You shall not err. Iwata inquire, what shall I say? How should I teach the sons and daughters of men? Give me a synopsis. Ego Quim answered Iwata, saying, wait, y'all getting some understanding? Give me a 2 up in the chat. I notice all these brothers are big too. A lot of them are large and big, you know. That's tight. That's tight. We almost done. We almost done. We learned today too, y'all, that the corruption ain't just with the Bible. It's also with the Brahmin text or the Vedic text. Also with the Chinese text. Also with the African text and all that. Also with the quote unquote indigenous religions of the Americas that wasn't riding with Iwata. You see, the false gods have played mortals like puppets. Puppets. You see that? Now, this is what he asked. Remember, he asked him, what do I teach? Equim answers saying, this is what you teach, all right? One great person, even Ego Quentin or Yahweh, creator and ruler over all in heaven and earth. You shall have him and no other God, Lord, idol, man, or angel to worship forever. This is the doctrine that Creator taught Iwata, an American prophet. And you talking, y'all, you're talking 5,000 to 6,000 years ago when all this cracked off. All right, he lived during the same time, just in a different locality. He lived during the same time as Abraham, same time as Brahma in India, and the same time as Poe in China. All four of these men lived in the earth at the same time. They just lived in different localities, never met one another, but the light of the Creator was on all four of these men. And they taught basically the same doctrine, having never met each other. You shall have him and no other God, Lord, idol, man, or angel to worship forever. You shall love him above all things in heaven above, or on the earth, or in the waters of the earth. And you should teach him to your children, and command them to teach him to their children, and so on forever. And you shall swear against all other gods. I see this. And you shall swear against all of the gods, lords, and idols, to never serve them. And the same to your children and to their children after them forever. Y'all see this? And this is the first ego quim law, or the first law of the Creator. What's wrong with what we just read? He telling you later for the idols, later for any Lord, God, Savior, angel, only worship Creator. What's evil about what Iwata is teaching? What's evil about this? Look at this. And he's saying, look, swear against all them other gods, period. You did got to body the false gods. We hit the God body, you got to drop. Now look at this. And that's the first law of the Creator, the ego quim law. And you shall deal with all men, women, and children as justly and as kindly as with your own mother, out of whose breast you were fed when you were helpless and weak. Teaching this to your children and to their children after them forever. And this is the second ego quim law. And to the sick and helpless, to the stranger, and the man who comes from far away, to the widow who is destitute, to the child who has no father, you shall be both father and mother to them. Y'all heard this? You got Israelites today to tell you that. For the hell with that child. That ain't my child. I be hearing men say that. That ain't my children. Nah, you supposed to be a father to the fatherless. A comfort to the widow. You see, how you serve and worship the Creator, Yahweh, is strictly based on the righteousness you do for others. Whether you know him or you don't know him. That's how you serve the Creator. That's how you let your light shine. You see? So it says right here, to the widow who is destitute, to the child who has no father, you shall be both father and mother to them, and take them into your house and feed them, and give them skins and clothes to wear. And if they are lost, you should go with them and show them the way. Yeah. Your whole reason for being alive is to be a blessing unto others, service done unto others. Let's think if we all had that mindset, we would be an unstoppable force. Let's think if all of us were selfless. Selfless, meaning what you got going on, I'm going to go ahead and handle that before what I got going on. I'm here to raise you up. Commanding these things to your children, to their children after them forever. And this is the third ego quim law. What about this? And you should not tell lies. Stop lying out here, man. You dig? There are a lot of lies being spread about the Most High. You dig? And we think just because it's written down, we accept it hook, line, and sinker. Nah, player. Nah, you don't know the false gods that inspire these false scribes. It tell you right in the Bible, don't it? The pen of the scribes work of a falsehood. Or the pen of the scribes is in vain. It tell you that right in there. Showing you that corruption has crept this way into the text. Well, who inspired that? Who inspired the scribe to write falsehood? Can't be the Creator. Gotta be the false gods. You see that? Got body the false gods, hit the God body. And stop being a sippy cup brew. Acting like a child out here. You should not tell lies nor speak falsely against any man, woman, or child, nor break your word of promise, even if it threatened with death. You heard this? Don't be telling lies, or speaking falsely about any man, woman, or child, nor break your word of promise, even if threatened with death. The word of your mouth shall be as unchangeable as the setting and rising sun. That's law. You want to talk about law? You want to talk about Torah? We're talking about the Creator's Torah. You said it, stand on it. And you shall command this to your children and to their children after them forever. And this is the fourth creator's law, or Echo Quim law. And you shall not take and possess that which is another's, nor allow your children to do so, nor their children after them forever. So the colonists and the invaders and the conquistadors and all that's off. And all the blood they put in the mud on this side of the earth, they got an answer for that. They got an answer for that. All right. This is which is the fifth Ego Quinn law. And you shall respect the times of women. Look at this. Sisters, I hope y'all listening. Bruhs, don't get mad at your brother on this one. Don't get mad. I read this last night. I said, you know I got to bring this out. All right, look at this. First book of God, O.I. Speed, chapter 27, verse 18. And you shall respect the times of women. And when she is pregnant with child, you shall not lie with her, nor give her heavy labor, nor angry words, nor fret her, but be obedient to her, doing whatever she asks you to do, for it is her time, and she is your queen. Oh no, boy, you right here getting your wife pregnant, boy. And you know, hey, whatever she say you do in pregnancy, boy, you better do it. She your queen, Jack. Dang, that's crazy. But look, we already like that for the most part. You did. Wife be white pregnant. It's late at night, ain't nothing open. You dig? So you got to go to a certain part of town to get a ice cream, to get a shake or something. You know what I mean? Steak and Shake, like back when Steak and Shake was over. You send your bro, send me on Steak and Shake, get some, you know what I mean? Get a shake. And dang, woman, it's midnight in this deal. There ain't there no more White Castles or Steak and Shake. I want to own so and so from Steak and Shake. All right, let me get on up and get you together. Let me get on up and get you together. We already naturally do that. When your woman pregnant, you naturally be like, all right, like you do extra stuff she asks you to do. You dig? Dang, here we go. So you naturally already move like she giving you orders when she pregnant, because you don't want to be hearing it. And then the sisters got the pregnant walk. Woman, you just found out you were pregnant. You just missed your first period, found out you were pregnant. Now you got the pregnant walk. The hands on hips, wobbling. Girl, you ain't even showing. You know what I mean? So the sisters go forward. Sisters take it real far when they get pregnant, boy. As soon as a sister find out she's pregnant, she got the pregnant walk, her hand on her hip. She ain't even showing. You know what I mean? She ain't even showing. I said, the sister's gonna like this one, man, believe. Because the whole time she pregnant, she your queen, Jack. She your queen. And you can't lie with her either, so ain't no bumping and grinding for 10 months. Can't give her heavy labor. Watch the words, you know what I mean? You know how we can raise our voice and it cut to the core? Can't be getting angry at her, don't fret her. But be obedient to her. Dang. I know the bruise want to hang me now. What you mean, listen to your woman, nigga? Listen to my woman. Look, man, deflate and relax. And use wisdom in your relationship, in your marriage, man. Use wisdom. Everybody know you're the man. Yes, you're the man. Yes, you lead. You understand? But stop acting like at times, because you got to compromise in marriage. Marriage is hard. You got to compromise in marriage. You dig? I do all kind of stuff I don't feel like doing. All right, come on. You dig? That's because I'm using wisdom. I could be like, woman, no, shut your up, don't say nothing, be quiet. It ain't commanded for you to speak. You dig? I could be like that, or I could be like, give me some of that wisdom you got. What you see, what you think about that? Because believe it or not, men and women are wired different. Women are more creative than men. Facts. Why do you think most women are, when it comes down to interior decorating, you understand, or interior decor, that's a woman's job. Men, I'll put some drywall up if I mud and tape. I'll put some drywall up, mud and tape that deal, basic paint. I got a blow-up air mattress right there. I got a 32-inch flat screen I just got from Walmart for $100. You dig? I got a small Bluetooth speaker I got to charge up. hey, look, I got a simple meal, some simple fruit and all that. Hey, I'm good. But no, the sister's gonna turn your house into a home. You come through that deal, boy, like the whole atmosphere change. Hey, you did. So women and men are wired different. Women are more creative than men. It's just what it is. You dig? We ain't really that complex. I don't know if you sisters figured that out by now. It really ain't hard to please us. You understand? All we be wanting is some peace and quiet, some food, some loving. You understand? Without the bickering and biting, and you can get the world. That man will conquer the world for you. You see what I'm saying? But I read this yesterday. I said, oh, yeah, let me read this. You know what I mean? Hey, so we out here getting the sisters pregnant. I understand, boy. That whole 9-10 months, she your queen, Jack. Your queen. You can't lie with her. You can't give her you can't give her no type of heavy burden to carry. You can't be speaking no angry words to her. And whatever she asks you to do, you got to do it. It's her time. She the queen. You got her pregnant, right? She the queen, Jack. Watch this. Verse 19. Teaching this to your young men and women and to theirs that come after them forever. For their young are begotten of me, and I will have them shapely, strong, and brave. So there's a reason why Creator is saying that. I'm going to be laying with them doing it at that time and all that. You understand? Because he wants the offspring to be in optimum health and strength. Y'all get some understanding? Give me a 1 up in the chat, which is the 6th ego point law, the 6th law of the Creator. Not sure about this. You're about this. I found this interesting. You shall labor 6 days, but on the 7th day, it is the moon's day. And you shall not labor, hunt, or fish, but go to the altar of your Creator and dance and sing before me, and sit in silence to hear my words, which I speak into the souls of men, women, and children. So Shabbat is kept and observed. But I noticed that in Owaspy, the Shabbat is based off the moon cycle. That's what I noticed. I said, oh, okay. And it's consistent from Yahshua, Inner, to Po, to Brahma, to Iwata. You understand? To Abraham, like all of them understood the 6 days and then the 7th day you rest, but it's based off the moon. You know what I mean? Look at Caleb, he's a big one. Glad me and my wife passed the pregnancy stage. Hey, Caleb, you hear me, boy? I'll tell you, boy, because y'all know, hey, men, we fill up every 48 hours. You dig? Now look at it. It says right here, teaching this to your children and to their children that come after them forever, which is the 7th Echo Pum law. You shall restore the rites and ceremonies of Chio Pan and Anubia Pan, except you should not flatten the head to make a sur or a Hion God to drive the judgment of the brain away to the prophetic regions, and this procedure you shall swear to me to never restore. So in the olden times, they would flatten the head, they would push the head together to create a prophet. You did, but the Creator telling Iwata, look, never bring that right back. All right, those were thousands of years before Iwata and all them. That's what they used to do. They'll flatten your head at birth. You know what I mean? Squeeze your head till your forehead flattens, and it switches up the shape of your brain to where, but it drives away the judgment or the reason of your brain, and has your brain just firing on all prophetic cylinders. You dig? And this procedure you shall swear to me to never restore, teaching these things to your children and to their children after them forever, which is the 8th Ego Quim law. You dig? Look at this. Then Iwat, the son of Ego Quim, son of Yahweh, the Creator, rose up saying, I am your servant. I am your servant. All right, lead me, for I am going in your name, even to the end of the world. My bad, y'all. Deal with it. All right. When Iwat, the son of the Great Spirit, thus spoke, a light came over him, dazzling, brilliant, lighting the way, showing him the way. And the spirit upon Iwata was so powerful that when he came to the river, he rose up like an angel and sailed over, landing safely on the other side. Iwata was the groovy guru, boy. Iwata knew how to float, baby. Hold on. He's the groovy guru in this deal. Look at this. Nor did he know where he was going. did not know the places of the scattered, destroyed peoples. And the angels of the Creator went before him, went to the forests and valleys, calling to the souls of the suffering, starving and dying, saying to them in their despair, Ego Quim the mighty is coming, his son, behold him, he holds the keys of Yatanti, the heavenly hunting ground. Come forth from your hide, come forth, O my beloved, it is your heavenly Father calling. And the woman heard, the little children with sore bleeding feet heard. The proud brave men listened. They said, why do we fight? Why do we destroy? It was a wicked God. Y'all hear this? Huh? Y'all hear this? It's a wicked God that tempts you into bloodshed, into warfare, into killing and murdering and taking that which is not yours. And they realizing it now. Now with the YAH'KI being risen up and having the rites and ceremonies and having the commands and commandments and dictates of the Creator. Look what they're saying. They said, why do we fight? Why do we destroy? It was a wicked God. He called himself the Savior, the wicked monster Itora. And that's the thing. The false gods are still playing mortals like puppets. Creator ain't no man of war. For one, Creator ain't a man or a woman, let alone a man or a woman of war. Then came YAH'KI, came first to the kingdom of Tukshin and to his queen Chigu in the land of Anag Mahaha, the flatheads, told them all the words of the great spirit Ego Quim. Then spoke Tukshin, saying, to me the great spirit has spoken, told me all the words as you have spoken. I know all you have said is true. Then spoke Chiga, saying, Gitchi, the great spirit spoke to me. All your words are true, O YAH'KI. I find it interesting that they call the great spirit Gitchi on this side of the water. Now we know about the Gullah Gitchi, don't we? I found that interesting. All the scattered tribes will be gathered together by you. There will be many tribes of the red man. Ego Quim will be the center, the mighty spirit. Y'all hear this? Huh? Now, the red man ain't what the Bible called Esau because he came out red and hairy. No. You the copper colored, the red, you understand, mahogany brown man. It's you. You, brothers and sisters. All right? There will be many tribes of the red man. Ego Quim, Yahweh, the creator, Jehovah, will be the center, the mighty spirit. See that? So even in this land, y'all, the creator was established through his prophet YAH'KI. And YAH'KI spoke, saying to his good hosts and hostess, your place shall be the center from your place. I will shoot out in different directions, always returning, bringing in followers. While they thus talked, the light appeared above them. Look, said Tukshin, it is the hand of the creator. Look, said Chigu, it is the voice of Gitchi. Then a YAH'KI, seeing more clearly, raised up expressly and said, it is a ship of fire coming down from heaven. It's like the Star of Bethlehem was a starship. Starship, chariot. It is a ship of fire coming down from heaven. I heard a voice of the angel of Ego Quim the mighty. Wow. Then YAH'KI went and stood between Tukshin and Chigu, holding their hands so the voice of Creator could speak plainly, so he could hear. And Ego Quim spoke out of the ship of fire, saying, yes, my beloved, I am with you. Behold, my worlds are wide and many. When my back is turned, evil gods come to steal my children. Tell them lies to win them. Tell them they are my sons coming to save them. Hard is the fate of those who worship one God only, but they are mine. Here we Creator say, hard is the fate of those who worship one God only, created gang only, baby, but they are mine. I look around at times. I see the evil gods flying. Be of strong heart, oh my beloved. Many races will come and go on these lands. Ain't that a fact? It's prophecy right there, boy. That was said, what, 5,000 years ago? Having many red, and the land he's talking about is what? The Americas. Many races will come and go on these lands, but the red man shall possess it, inhabit it far and near. Then another evil god, Christ was called an evil god by the Indians. Then another evil god shall come to flay and destroy my sons and daughters, to cover all the lands over with pure blood. These are the conquistadors. Huh? The Christopher Colombo and them. Who inspired them? Because they came in the name of Christ. Shall come to flay and destroy my sons and daughters. Notice it said to come to flay. Cut them up and destroy my sons and daughters, to cover all the lands over with pure blood. Then I will come again and rout the evil God and raise up my sons and daughters full of glory. I will bring their kindred, faith this, from far across the water, a wise speaking people who worship none born of woman, a people who do not war, who do not kill off weaker nations. I will come in teanaturall and HICKMAN. Hold on. When you read this in the Big Blue edition, it says, I will bring their kindred. It says faith is in this edition, right? It says Israelites or Jews in the Big Blue edition. This one right here. Prophecy. I want to talk about prophecy. Well, it prophesied how America will be many races and nations and ethnicities will come here. The land will be filled with blood. And how the kindred to the red man, who we call the Negro today, the real indigenous that was here, his kindred will come from across the water, which are the Israelites. Faith this are Israelites. Faith this are Israelites. You see? I will bring their kindred, faith this from far across the water, a wise speaking people who worship none born of woman, a people who do not war, who do not kill off weaker nations. I will come in the, how do you say that? An Iroquois confederacy. Wow. I will come in the teanaturall and the HICKMAN, the Machian and Mohican, last of the Mohicans, and the Iroquois confederacies. My hand shall reach around the earth in that day, and I will chase away all gods and saviors born of women, and all men shall worship the great spirit only. The great spirit only. Then a lot of us talk that, I got Blackfoot, I got Cherokee, I got Iroquois. Because you are that. You dig? But it's telling you that the indigenous here, the ones that was here, that Iwata was amongst, and those who were coming from across the waters into the Americas are kindred. And they ain't with the bloodshed and the murder and the idolatry and the worship of nothing and no one but Creator. The great spirit only. Look at this. Go forth, my son, build wide my foundation. I will find my earthly kingdom in this land. Whew. Yeah, I know. I got to drink some bitters on that one, boy. Greatest kingdom on earth begins with us mobilizing into communities. All right. Why a lot of my brothers and sisters believe that we already in the promised land. This is it. I mean, I've heard that before too. You understand? And what we've been reading, you got to respect the opinions of all men and women. Okay, see what the brothers got. Bring it out. Let's see what's going on. You dig? But the land is talking about is Guatemala, which is America. Yeah, we got great work to do. And look at this. Then upward, trip out this. Then upward rose the ship of heaven, and he walked buckled on his traveling slippers. Look at this. Oh, boy. Boy, boy, he got his slides on and everything. Boy, this a brother. I got my slides on now. What you talking about? My traveling slippers. Then upward rose the ship of heaven, and he walked buckled on his traveling slippers. Said goodbye to Tuxie and filled his pockets with the bread of Chigu, kissed her hand goodbye, and started forth. For many years, he walked to travel over all the regions of Guatemala, America, teaching, gathering together, swearing the people to be forever firm to the Great Spirit, made them swear solemn oaths that never again would they listen to any God except the Creator. Made them swear they would never be caught by any cunning savior like Atura, whose people delight in war. He wanted to gather the frightened tribes in the villages and taught them writing and engraving, taught them the secret name of the Great Spirit, Ego Quim, and explain the moon to them and how to keep the seventh day for worship. So the Sabbath is still observed, but it's observed based off the moon cycles. You know what I mean? It's based off the moon cycles. It is. And in the WASP it is. All right. And how to keep the seventh day for worship. The Creator saw the great work of Iwata, saw the people gathered together in tens of thousands of places. Then the Creator spoke to Iwata, saying, you shall found 40 mighty nations, O my son, and every nation shall be an independent nation, but all nations shall be united into a brotherhood of nations. Y'all heard this? A brotherhood of nations as one mighty people, and that one shall be called Opa Ego Quim, signifying one. When I come in Cosmon, we in the Cosmon era now, y'all. When I come in Cosmon, my people shall have many states like yours, and their combination shall be called a union, signifying one. Build a model for them, O Iwata, for although when they come, they will overthrow your people. They will overthrow your people. We have been overthrown on the earth, the angels of your holy ones. Native American spirits firm in adherence and obedience to the great spirit of Jehovah shall come and purge them of their savior and make them clean in my sight. Then Iwata made the nations, united them into one mighty people and called them the nations of Opa Ego Quim. And they planted the country over cornfields and dwelt in peace. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Last read. God said, be wise, O man, in the words of your God. My records do not come up out of the ground, nor from the books of mortals. Stop right there. Stop right there. I heard that? The Creator is saying, what I give don't come off the ground like the Nag Hammadi, the Nag Hammadi library. They dug that out the ground, like the Dead Sea Scrolls, out the ground, and many other things out the ground. Look at what he said. I open my heavenly libraries and find my living sons and daughters who once trod the earth. Their light I recast down again to mortals in a stream of fire. And lo, my words are rewritten. Or translated, formed into corporeal words. Search for the evidence of my footsteps on the earth. Find the people who stand by the Creator, the all one, God of all, who can shake their faith or feed them with your story of a savior born of a woman. Listen to the voice of the millions of Chinese, the millions of in China and Venju, India, and the remnants of the Algonquins. Their Bibles are a power to this day. Their people are appalled at the work of your bloody sword. They will not fall down and worship as you decree. They know that Yahweh is mightier than you. Be considerate of all races of men and their doctrines, rites, and ceremonies. Behold, I raise up the nations of the earth in my own way. Y'all heard this? I raise up the nations of the earth in my own way, according to the times and conditions of mortals. So do I administer to them from my heavenly kingdom. Most High said, I raise them up in the way I want to raise them up. Be considerate. All right? Look at this. You have tried to convert all my people, but have failed utterly. Behold, I come now with a new book, and they will accept it from my hand. I prophesy this to you beforehand so that you shall witness in time to come that I, God of heaven and earth, have spoken. Nor shall you say, man of himself progresses, and that such and such would come of a natural order. I say to you, man does not progress except by me, through my angel host in heaven, in testimony of which I have left many peoples before you for hundreds of years. Your natural order is laziness and uncleanness. When you are quickened in spirit, behold, it is the heavens upon you that stirs you up. You shall not mistake the teaching of your God, which was manifested the same in the ancient days as in this day, which is to worship your Creator only, to not bow down to any other God or Lord, to love your neighbor, and to do good to others with all your wisdom and strength, having faith in the Almighty. Backdrop. There it is. There it is. There it is. Be not deceived. Be not deceived, brothers and sisters. Be not deceived. There it is. There it is. All praise the glory now to the Most High. All right, let me copy this real quick. There it is. Y'all got some understanding today? Go ahead and give us a 9 up in the chat. Bless up. Bless up. Y'all got some understanding. All praise the glory now to the Creator. You dig? And as we keep reading through this, man, look, we keep seeing more and more. Creator ain't sanctioning none of the bloodshed, the warfare, the animal savages, sacrifices. You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense. It makes sense. It don't make sense to everybody, but I mean, it's just like if you went to a cookout or something. Everybody was cooking and wanted you to taste their food. You dig? A waspy don't taste good to everybody. To me, it tastes marvelous, though. I got to keep it real with you. Yeah, look at us. That's right. That ain't just you, Stephanie. We all have. Thank the Creator that we get a chance to get it right. You know what I mean? I have been deceived for too long, praying to the false gods and lords, thinking they was the Creator. Yeah, we all have. It is, but thank the Creator for His mercy. All right, bang, bang, bang. All right, bang. All right, I got that in the chat too. Sela and Cosmo and Cal, if y'all in this deal, y'all click on that link. Come on up in this deal, man. I'm in this deal. Chop it up a little bit. Let's talk plant-based. You die, my beloved brother. I see you. Bless up. You're right. You're right. That's okay, bro. Anyway, glad you and your family. Hold on. My bad. Right here. Awesome, Doc. This makes so much sense. That's right. Make a lot of sense, man. A lot of sense. Create a gang with my brother Prince Yehuda Levi. Yeah, so you know, just like everyone doesn't like everybody's food. You know what I mean? So you got people mad because you think the cheesecake tastes better than, you understand, the muffins they got over there. Like, to me, it waspy tastes good. That's it. May not taste good to you. All right. But one thing we ain't gonna do is force anything. You ain't gotta force nothing. Now, if y'all think y'all tough and want to run your mouth like we ain't sworded up over here, then you know your thumbs ain't broke. I just put the link in the chat. You know what I mean? Cal P or C Live, y'all want to come on? Click on the chat, man. Let's come on in this deal. Chop it up with your people, a little taste. And let's keep it going. After I get off, one of y'all brothers jump on. And then another brother jump on, man. You dig? We can just keep it going. That's right. I keep plant-based healing. It's a fact. Plant-based healing is a fact. I am a newborn and no watcher. That Waspy is an excellent read, man. What you're gonna hear is a lot of people running their mouths about it came through a white man or something. All the arguments are null and void. Put it that way. It did, because it ain't nothing you can touch in this earth today that the white man ain't directly or indirectly influenced to touch. What you gonna touch? Point to it. That he ain't touched. Point to it. I want to know exactly what you're talking about. Show me this mysterious text that the white man has never touched. Show me that. You dig? And it better not be in English. Because if it's in English, Jack, that means, guess what? A white man had some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? Influence in it. It's in English? No, it was translated. By whom? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know what Negro has the authority to translate Greek and Hebrew into English. Yeah, that's right, Jehu. That's played out. You can say all day, white man touched your birth certificate. What you talking about? When you was born, they go, how do you know if it's real? How you know your name? You was born, they say it's a boy. They wrote up there, it's a boy on the board. What's his name? Lil Willie. Let me write down Lil L-I-L Willie. No more than likely a white man wrote your name before you wrote your name. Make it make sense. He wrote Lil Willie on the board. before you could even do it yourself. All them arguments are played out. Eventually, guess what we're gonna have to do? We gotta get into the text eventually, y'all. Eventually, I get into the text. If you using Strong's Concordance, that's a white man, James Strong. You using the Ben Yehudi Pocket Dictionary, that's a white man. You know what I mean? Eleazar Ben Yehuda. Yeah, Reza. Yeah, we just read where, you know, the bros that was here and their family would come from overseas and be on the same understanding. So that sounds like Israelites or faithists were in the Americas before the slave trade and after. Absolutely. Now is the Seminole Indians, Seminole Indians, Reuben and all that. You gotta rightly divide all that, but you know, man. See what first the cross. Yeah, no doubt. William Tinsdale. That Bible was out before the King James Bible was out. Absolutely. Look, my brother Prince Yehuda, he said this Owaspy information changes everything. I'm actually seeing and understanding the spirit world way more clearly. Absolutely, bro. Like, all I'm saying, look, it ain't for everybody. It is, but everybody don't want to see it. All right. I got the link in the chat for any naysayer. Come on up in here. Come on up in here. Oh, you ain't got to be a naysayer. If the brothers and sisters just want to get on, chop it up a little taste, that's all good too. But I salute you all in the name of the Creator. Believe that, know that. All right. Yeah, so a white man has had his hands in everything. All right, what you gonna talk about? The Rosetta Stone? We're gonna talk about the Septuagint, Pentateuch. What you want to talk about? The Quran? The Medu Neter, which most of these so-called commissions, they can't even read it. They ain't even read the Medu Neter. What they got to do is go to a reference that a white man put together, Wallace Budge and them. You dig? More white men. Type in Egyptologists. Type in a list of famous Egyptologists. It ain't damn nigga on there. It ain't damn Negro. None. There's one Arab. Everybody else is a European. Type in the father of Egyptology. He's a Frenchman, Champollion. Where you going now? That's all I'm saying. Like, what anybody got to say at that moment is what I'm saying. You dig? We got to get this thing better. Oh, I see my YAH'KI in the building. Let me pull my YAH'KI in. Hold on. I got my YAH'KI in the building. Let me pull my YAH'KI in. All right. Bing, bing, bing. And pull my YAH'KI on in. Salute to the God. What's up, bro?
Yes, sir. Shalom. Salute to the God. Salute to all the brothers and sisters in the truth, the faithists all around the world, past, present, and future. It's all love, man. I just wanted to come on here and say thank you, Malaki, from the bottom of my heart, bro, for being diligent, you know what I'm saying, and elevating us and showing us these things, because most people ain't getting this information nowhere. I've been following you and YAH'KI for like 11 years straight, bro, since y'all was way back with Brother Jacob and them.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago. You feel me? So, you know, I just seen the elevation of the Holy Spirit with y'all brothers, you and YAH'KI, and the amazing things that's going on, how far he's brought both of y'all from, and all of us.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, I mean, the plant-based information that's coming out now and getting away from the animal sacrifice and the flesh and all of that stuff, we know that's not from Creator now.
That's right.
You feel me? It's so much facts coming out, scientifically, spiritually, and we seeing it with our own eyes, you feel me, in real life, in real time. So just big ups to everybody, man. You know, I appreciate your prayers. All praises for NehemiYAH's brother getting, you know, saying vindicated from that nonsense, you feel me? Boy, they came on flexing those niggas, man.
Bro, they about to put me out the courtroom, bro. I'm telling you.
I know.
Bow-legged the shoulders, you book my nephew out of here, man. It's time to go.
Yeah, all praises, man. I was in that same situation for about 3 years. You feel me? So I know I know how that shit go down. You feel me? Excuse my language, but yeah, all praises, man. I just wanted to come on and say thank you for doing what you're doing. Keep you encouraged. You all the short leggers, your wife, everybody, bless up.
Man,
You know,
bless the man. I salute you in the name of the Creator, bro, and all praises to the Most High. It did.
all,
You know, we start bringing a lot of this stuff out, man. It was so much hatred. So many people running their mouth, bro. You know what I mean? It was people online cursing us, threatening us, and all that. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
I've been seeing it. I'm like, how come it's so much hate and y'all ain't like actually studying and saying, hey, this is what I found out? Because we all in this thing together. It ain't nobody against each other. We're not competing for who got the best knowledge and like you always say, speaking in, you know, soliloquies and trying to sound all eloquent. No, man, what is the facts? What is Creator showing us? What is our spirit resonating with in righteousness? That's what it's about. It ain't about your congregation or your, you know what I mean? That's all for the birds.
Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. You know what I mean? Hey, look, and go ahead and let the people know who you are. They see your name, but let them know what you got going on too, bro.
Shout out to everybody out there. My name is Prince Yehuda Levi or Judavon. Right now, I've been studying right along with these brothers with the OASFI, and I do have a ministry called Millennium Zion, where we bring out the truth of Creator in the same similar fashion as all the brotherhood around the world is supposed to be doing. Feel me? So I do that. I'm also owner of a juice bar where we promote you know, healthy healing using the Creator's angelic powers from fruits and vegetables and herbs like that. Also, I'm a massage therapist going into the whole, I went into massage therapy because my first wife was having seizure disorder. So I wanted to learn how to help heal her body and keep her, you know, together. But I didn't really know what I was doing. So I went to school for it. I graduate in October. Woo woo, bless up, all praises. You feel me? Long journey. But yeah, so basically I'm in ministry, teaching, you know, truth to Creator, work in health and fitness and massage therapy and rehabilitation. And I also have a juice bar where I'm educating the people on plant-based healing. So, yeah. Your mic muted, Mally. Your mic on mute. Your mic is muted.
My bad, bro. What I was asking was now go ahead and let the people know how they can get in touch with you. Because everything we do is support. We support our brothers and sisters that's out here, man.
Yeah.
Striving to bring that light. So let them know how they can get in touch with you, brother.
I always post on my Facebook. My Facebook is Prince Yehuda Levi YAH'KI, which means my people are alive. That's all of y'all in the room together. We all living. We all with the Most High. So my name actually means life. Feel me? So you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Prince Judavon on Instagram, which is what y'all see right now on the screen. Hit me up on any one of those. Tap in, you know what I'm saying? We can encourage me, I'm encourage you, and we can get in. I definitely want to get some of them marvelous MAC fragrances, man.
What you talking about, baby? What you talking about, baby? Marvelous MAC, baby. I ain't gonna lie, I smell marvelous. I smell marvelous. That's right.
Yeah, we need that. You feel me? We need that. So yeah, we're gonna tap in with each other and support each other's ministry and each other's work as community is supposed to do, all giving all praises to Messiah and Most High Creator. So
all praises, bro. Hey, make sure you type in all your information in the chat so they can go ahead and add it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Anything else? Anything else you want to say, brother?
Nah, man, just all praise to Creator, man, and just, you know, pray that He protect us all from the false gods and false spirits that have been confusing the earth for generations. You feel me? But they have no power against His angels. None.
Right. That's right.
I don't care if you got herpes, diabetes, whatever it is. When you get that fruit energy from Creator that's been kissed and touched by His angels, then demons got to leave.
They got to.
So as long as you stay with Creator gang, stay with the family, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be protected. It's when we go away through deception. So I always pray hard for my brothers and sisters to be able to walk with Creator's angels and be protected from the false gods.
That's right, brother. That's right, brother, man. Hey, salute. Don't forget to put your information in there, bro. You dig? And we're going to make sure we overwhelmingly support. Know that and believe that.
All right? Same with me, bro. Same with me here. So you, YAH'KI, all your family members, everybody in the chat, bless up. Stay encouraged. We love you. It's going to be good. Messiah with us.
That's right. All right, bro. Check you out later, bro. Most High bless. Salute in the name of the Creator. Bless up.
Yes, sir. All right, peace.
Yeah, that's my brother, Prince Yehuda. Y'all support our brother. You know what I mean? Support the brethren. I can me see. I'm gonna put the link in the chat one more time. Anybody else want to come on? If not, I'm gonna get on up out of here. Inmates are running the asylum. I go get with the wifey and the short leggers. Make sure everything all good. All right, bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Let me know if y'all want to come on. It's all good. If not, I'm about to get up out of here. Handle this business. Let me see something real quick. Let's do it like this. Let's end it with this. And let's end it with this, family. Let's end it with this right here. Bang. All right, let me go there. Let's end this with a prayer. All right, let's get it. All right, humble your hearts and minds. Let's praise Creator together, y'all. All right, chapter 3 in Bonds praise. All right. Oh, Yahweh, give me words rich in your praise. My soul is like a fountain springing up out of the earth. I will look upon you into your face, O my Creator, who takes away my breath by the awe of your continents. You who fashioned the broad earth and the high heavens. Oh, the works of your hands, Jehovah. Where shall I start with my song to you, or find words to laud the Almighty? Proclaim his unity. Proclaim his unity, oh my beloved. Proclaim him in one breath together, oh all you people. Jehovah, Jehovah. Oh, if I could magnify words to your omnipotence, or hold up the perfection of your person in fine speech. But I am as one distracted by the overwhelming scene. My words stumble and stop continually before your surprising creations. Oh, if only I could find a starting point or knew a way to make rhymes and meters without rules, like the works of Yahweh. Almighty, almighty, love abounding, who gathered up the dust of the earth like a wind with judgment and forethought and sorted the substance of it and shaped it. None but you, Yahweh, look on or knew your proceedings. And to one you said, be a beast of the field, and to another, be a serpent, and to another, be a wild beast of the forest. And they ran forth at your command, every one to his place, rejoicing in the work of your hand. And I looked upon them, O Almighty. What work of perfection in each, even to the flesh and bones. But you turned my eyes inward, and I saw the wisdom of the serpent and the beast, and the thoughts and desires of their understanding. How perfectly you have made them. I saw the love you gave each to his own kind. Yes, even the serpent gathered up her young because of her love to shield them from harm. Oh, if I could find the first cause of the judgment of every living thing, to come close to the Almighty, to question him, you who shaped a portion of earth and said, be a bird with feathers, fly and sing, and it went forth upward in the air of heaven, rejoicing in your name, Yahweh. To another, be an eagle. Be an eagle in ice and snow, do not freeze. Above the clouds proclaim the Almighty. Sing to Yahweh, O all you living. Proclaim his love, which he gave to all. Everyone that loves to live on, to not die. Oh, the weeping and wailing when your king goes down in death. You're called to the Almighty to prolong yet a while the time of your love, or to hear the song of him who is dead. And Yahweh's praise is the wail of your anguish, your great sorrow, the love of the Almighty, the fountain of song and praise. Sing on, O earth, Yahweh forever, Jehovah forever, Creator forever. Oh, if I can answer them, Yahweh, if I could show them your fullness, which encompasses the universe, to show them the testimonies of the thread of your love, I will have my discourse with you, you ever present. I will immerse my soul in the harmony of your loves. You, the fountain and source of my contemplation. You who are all my creator, who gave me judgment and perception to search into the magnitude of your creations. Who shall frame a song or find words to laud the Almighty? You are the throne and the empire. Your footstool is the sun, moon, and stars. Oh, if only I may prolong my vision of you and pursue the thread of your creations to the fountainhead. You, without a boundary, will all things utter your praise forever. Ooh, all praises to the Creator. Amen. All praises to the Creator. Forever live the Creator. Forever live the teachings of Messiah in our heart, minds, and bodies of the faithful elect. Back up or strap up or back up, clip up, bless up. Create a gang, you bring them, we raise them. Create a gang is the family, create a gang is the movement. Till the next time, family, love all y'all indeed in truth. You understand? Remember that. All right. And always remember the character of your creator. Once you know the character of creator, you can't be played like a puppet dealing with the false gods. All right. Because the false gods out here influencing the murder, children, murder animals, put blood in the streets, idolatry, man worship. Meanwhile, the men that the creator raised up and put his light on, he said those men would never idolize because everybody knew they weren't God. Everybody knew they weren't him. Yeah, you did, but they were speaking his words through his angelic host. You did. So all praise and glory and honor to the Most High. Remember that. And may the teachings of the Messiah enlighten your mind, body, and spirit in all you brothers and sisters. All you brothers and sisters. We ain't got long. Remember that. Hold on 1 second. Oh, snap. I got the God in the building. Hold on. Let me add the God. Hold on. Let me stop sharing the screen real quick. Let me get my icon in there. Hold on. Bing, bing, bing. Add to the screen. Selah Shalom in the building. Bless up. Salute your name, the creator. Peace.
What it do to the people? Peace to the God. What's going on, King?
Man, hey, out here just, eating a little taste. Throwing down.
Hey, yo, you going in today, boy. I ain't gonna lie. You going in today.
Man, all praise to the creator, bro. Really, I be telling people a lot. I say, look, there's a brother out here that's been on this information well over a decade. If you go to his channel, if y'all go to Selah Shalom channel and go to his playlist and just hit play. You dig? Like the whole thing is already laid out. You know what I mean? But go ahead and talk to me, King. What's the word?
Hey, man, I'm just sitting up here, man. I was at the crib listening at first, and I had to go make a couple plays and shit. So, I'm just riding, listening, and just enjoying information, man. I like how you brought out, you exposed the sacrificing of the gods with the kids. You know what I mean? That's something important that we got to stay on the necks of because, like you said, you got the brother Ben Dawood talking about it's okay to sacrifice their children because his God said so. Yeah. And then you just clarified the fact that in the YAH'S, you just quoted chapter and verse where Abraham and the other prophets are like, yo, test the spirit. Just don't believe the shit, test it. You know what I mean? And that's where cats fall short. In one breath, they say test the spirit, but then they don't want to question the word of God. You see what I'm saying? So this is why the YAH'S is a goddamn damaging cutting sword to their doctrine because they got no other alternatives other than listening to what the Lord thy God says instead of questioning the spirit.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. It's a straight dagger. You dig? And I was comparing it earlier to like going to a cookout and everybody cooking their own little plates and all that. You dig? And you going around tasting the food. You dig? Now, a YAH'S may not taste good to the next brother or sister, but it tastes marvelous to me. I gotta keep it solid with you. So it's just like,
yeah. And see, the thing is,
I like the way it tastes.
And the crazy thing is, it's really about chapter and verse because it's like, all right, if your Lord God say that, and then we counter it by saying, well, test the spirit, they'll have to come back and counter what we saying, showing where their God is approving or justifying why shall we kill the child? Why are we sacrificing life? What is the spiritual significance of me sacrificing my child? What is the spiritual condition of the child? See, now that's where we got them hook, line, and sinker. And that's why it's like this food tastes better. This shit got a little bit more barbecue sauce. You know what I mean?
Yeah. While
over there in the Bible, they just stuck to believe something without questioning it. So they more bound to the false gods more than anything. And then according to the Bible, it's thus saith the Lord. So they ain't got no escape. They stuck.
Yeah. Man, that makes sense, man. Like once you start questioning what it is and you realize that you got the liberty to examine creation and to examine that voice within you and say, hold on, that don't even sound right. What you mean go kill my child for? You know what I mean? That don't sound right. What you mean chop the head off the ox and put it on the altar? Do that sound right to you?
40 years, man. 40 years in the wilderness, niggas over there chopping off goddamn goat heads and shit. You know what I mean? Can you imagine the amount of goat heads niggas had to chop off for all them sins Israel committed?
Bruh.
Oh, man.
And they were doing this twice a day for thousands of years.
The same way OWAS be talking about they built temples of skulls, these niggas built temples with goat heads, the amount of sin they got to their God.
That's
you know what I mean?
Play around with, man. You dig? So
nah,
I mean, I believe all we gotta do is stay on the neck of these false gods, bro. Keep doing what we doing. You
That's
dig?
right.
And challenge our people. Because once we challenge them, like, look, bro, you know good and well, if God came to you right now and told you to kill your child, I'm gonna be real with you. Majority of the people ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna
oh, no.
You dig? So, all right, if that's your response, then we gotta question the text because God is in the Bible telling you in certain spots, go kill sucklings and infants. You know what I mean?
That's sad,
we just
man.
read what the prophet cursed 42 children in the name of the Lord, and 2 she-birds devoured 42 children because they called them bald head.
How you gonna follow that shit, bro?
I'm short up top. So okay, so somebody starts yawning on me. I can curse them in the name of the Lord and expect a bird or a lion to have a mastery of them, bro. You know that's evil.
Yeah, that is, yo. That is, yo. Fact.
That's evil. There's nothing righteous behind that.
And see, the problem is that there was no other book to challenge the Bible for so long. Because, you know, the Israelites could beat up the Quran. They could be like, all right, in your Quran, it talks about, you know, the chosen, and we the chosen still, boom. Throws Ishmael out to the Christians. They be like, oh, the chosen people are Israel, boom. But never did they really have a challenge. The only challenge they got is the OWASP at this point. And they running from it because they realize that, like you say, they outgunned.
Yeah, you outdone. Trust me, as a brother who have been debating the Bible for close to 18 years, bro. I'm telling every Israelite that can hear my voice. Trust me, you dig? You don't want to go chapter and verse, precept for precept. If you do, you're gonna see. Hold on, I might as well spit on the elephant.
Yeah, you know, I'm calling
y'all. You doing that? What you bringing out? You better spit on an elephant to get more damage than what you bringing out. It ain't like you don't have nothing. Is what I'm saying. You're not gonna be able to explain once these certain things. You're not gonna be able to explain it away chapter and verse. You can give me feelings behind it.
Right.
Well, you know, God allowed it to happen because he knew that the babies was gonna go to hell when they got older, so he killed them as children so they can go to heaven.
Yeah, that shit don't even make sense, yo. They don't even have an explanation for what's the results of the spirits of the dead. They don't even have an explanation for that.
Yeah. It's
just like these young niggas out here catching bodies and don't realize the spiritual significance of what they doing. They just think that if they kill a man, shoot him down, we done buried our ops. He done for. Not knowing that nigga's still alive in spirit.
Yeah.
And know who his killer is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta answer that. You gotta clean that up. I like that about the OWASP, bro. What I like is the accountability. Everybody, you accountable for your own stuff, man. You spilled it, you clean it up.
Exactly.
You clean it
up. You know what I mean? Jehovah ain't throw niggas in the lake of fire to burn for eternity. He told them false gods, all the niggas you misled is who you got to clean up. So if you got them 2 trillion followers over the course of however many years or hundreds of years you've been misleading, you got to redeem 2 trillion people. Ooh. That's justice like a motherfucker right there.
Ooh. Boy.
That's just.
Good night.
And when that self-conviction kicks in, they just drop their head. They drop their head in doubt. Then they raise their head up to Jehovah and say, yo, thy will be done, oh Jehovah, with tears running out of their eyes because they don't realize the bondage that they done put on themselves.
Yeah, man, it's serious.
And then you had other gods trying to warn them beforehand, true God trying to warn them. Ahura tried to warn HERBAL, like, yo, don't do this. I've been through this. I've been through hell. And with the knots, I know what the knot feel like. I know what it is to be in the hole, my nigga. Like, I'm trying to tell you, and HERBAL still didn't listen. He still had to go through hell and experience hell, get the serpent's fangs in order to know the powers of Jehovah.
Straight up, bro. Straight up.
You know what I
Serious
mean?
business, man. So just to let y'all know, man, like we take this real serious. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, if you really want to have a conversation about it, then let's have the conversation. You understand?
Exactly.
Like, even if it's like, all right, you don't want to do it on camera, we can do it. We can do it just amongst each other, but we need to have that conversation. Same conversation the Euro Gentile was saying, would you kill your child if God told you to? And at the beginning of the class, and they was like, yeah. Basically, yeah. You know, yeah. Then we showed you the Israelite who actually killed a child.
Exactly. See that?
The child was gay. So you know what I mean? So, and Sister Shebrew 144 say that's because it's the same inspiration. They coming out of the same book, it's the same inspiration.
Exactly. And that's just the false god of the Bible. We got the false gods of these other doctrines and other religions that's doing the same thing. Look at the Mayans. They was over there cutting niggas and ripping niggas' hearts out on top of the mounds, on top of the pyramids over there. When you look at some of the Aztecs and some of the drawings over there, they splitting niggas in half for their god. So like the sister said, yes, it's a universal inspiration to do shit like that. Just the same way it's a universal inspiration to seek the creator, and you have others in different regions of the land that's doing the works that we're doing in different languages that don't know us, we don't know them, but the works is being done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's powerful, bro. That's powerful. For y'all that don't know too, give them my brother. Go ahead and let them know where they can get the bittersweets from, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Go ahead and go to bittersweetherbals.com. Get your bitters, get your full body detox, your carbon C7, your immune system booster. You know what I mean? Stay detoxed up.
Absolutely. Yes. So y'all make sure y'all support.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to come on for a hot minute because when I was out there, I was getting my tire changed. I seen the link. So I'm like, let me hop on while I'm on the phone real quick. Let me see how this works on the phone. See if this shit really works. So, you know what I mean? All love, man. I appreciate you taking the call, man.
All love. I salute you in the name of the Creator, my brother. You dig? Let me know if you go on later on. You know I'm supporting everywhere. You already know.
Already, King. Already. So shout out to the family. Creator gang. You bring them, we raise them. You already know, King.
You already know. Bless up, clip up, y'all.
All right, blessing, King. And you can. All right, cool.
What'd you say?
No, I'll say you can escort me out because I don't know how to do it from mine on the phone and shit.
Okay, I got you, bro.
All right, bless.
All right, y'all. We about to get up out of here. You understand? Much love, peace, love, light, healing, and balance, man. Ain't nothing but love over this way. Shout out to all the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers. We love y'all too. You dig? And that ain't just talk. Dig? It ain't necessarily a bad thing to have enemies. Necessarily a bad thing to have enemies. You're looking for your frankincense and your myrrh and all that. Get with your brother. You know, we got about a gallon. You dig? Frankincense. This is an ounce jar right here. It's frankincense. It's an ounce. You dig? So we got everything from an ounce all the way up to a gallon in this stuff. So the spiritual oil, the healing oils is the frankincense and myrrh. We got designer stuff too. Dig? Just because if you just want to smell good. But the spiritual healing oils is the frankincense and myrrh. Marvelous Mac, baby. Get with me, you know what I mean? I make sure you get yourself together. I know for one thing, like joint pains and all that, rub this, put the roll on top on it, rub it on your joints and all that. Get yourself together, smell it. You can put it in your oil burner. Whole house be smelling like that deal, you know what I mean? So if y'all want to get down, just hit me in the email or whatever. Matter of fact, I'll show y'all. I got an email before that. Marvelous Mac, baby. Marvelous Mac 6357 at Gmail. Marvelous Mac 6357 at gmail.com. You did. Just email me. Let me know what you want. We got every fragrance and scent you can think of. You know what I mean? Get me on the line. We get some communication going and let's work. All right. So I'm about to here, y'all. Much love, much respect. All right. Max Lowe, my brother, bless up, King. How you doing? Blessings. Sister Tikva, where that food at? Got to put you and MELCHIZEDEK on a food truck or something. Where that food at? YAH'KI, my beloved brother, bless up. Cosmon Kyle, the Cosmonian, bless up, King. I see y'all in the building. Intuitive Goat, my sister Deshawn, bless up. Much love. All right, I'm about to here, y'all. About to get it together. Pray for me as I continue to pray for y'all. Y'all willing, one of these bros will be right back up. And let's keep it going. All right. Peace, love, light, healing, and balance, the hopeful elect. Y'all.